Well, we got so many topics to cover today. There's so many things happening right now. The culture shift is real. It's happening, and I'm here for it, man. Usually all of this stuff that I'll be talking about would be looked at as bad news. It's not bad news for me. I've been saying that all of this is gonna happen. It's been happening in the past, like, week or two. Everything's been crashing down. The sentiment online around all of these situations is completely changing. People are crashing out, and like, just don't be mad on the internet. That is it. That's the only thing. If you can stay not mad on the internet and just have fun and post memes, everything would be much better for you, me, and the world. But you know what? There's just a certain group of people that can't see that. And I wonder who that group of people is. Maybe it's the side that can't meme. The left can't meme has become a meme because it's true. We got a long video from Asmongold. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing because I don't know if he's just going to keep ranting and ranting and ranting like he did with the QTCinderella video. If that's the case, then I'll move on. But I don't know. This one seems like there's probably going to be a lot to it.
People are mad at Hasan now?
Oh,
you don't say.
Cutie literally said, my trans stepbrother tells my dad to fuck off so no progress is made, implying that the trans person's reaction is the transphobia continues in their own home. And Hasan's response was basically that people being upset about this are expecting too much. If Hasan went back to university and took an English or gender studies class, he'd get the kind of constructive feedback that might actually make him think differently.
Damn. Damn.
Is this a meme?
Yeah.
There's no way
I don't
this
know.
is real, right? What a fucking retard. What a mentally ill fucking retard. Holy shit. I've never seen a bigger condemnation for college in my life. We want you to do better.
Fucking gender studies. The fact that gender studies even exists is such a scourge on humanity.
You don't want him to do better. You want him to do what you want.
Exactly.
You want him to listen to you.
If you step out of line an inch, they'll have your head. Every time. I've been saying this. I try to warn people all the time. Do not pander to this audience.
You want him to be a puppet, not an ally. You want to be able to bully him into listening to you, appointing you as the arbiter of all things right and wrong.
Yeah, and people like this, they do that. They bully the people that they watch, and a lot of times, they end up caving. The people end up caving that they're bullying, and they apologize. And it's fake, because they're only doing it for clout and views.
And then allowing you to dictate the way that other people should interact with their family members. And now the Ouroboros has begun.
Yep, it's the snake eating its tail. What comes around goes around. What goes around comes around.
I used to pray for times like this. 600 upvotes, 200 comments. Oh my God. It's just gonna get worse. And I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna make it even worse.
Yep.
I hate this shit.
I love it.
For 5 years, 10 years, I've sat and listened to this shit.
Dude, I love it so much. These people are so brain cooked.
And finally, the progenitors, the genesis of it, is finally coming to revelation.
Yep, and also, it's gonna get much, much worse. These people are gonna get much, much worse. The crash out is coming, and they're probably gonna pour into the streets.
Finally, the people that have built these communities, that have raised these communities, are being raised by these communities. Thank God. It has been 5 years of mental and psychological oppression of these psychotic, mentally ill, confused freaks. And finally, even their heroes are turning on them because of how deranged and stupid they are. It's about fucking time.
Right?
It's gonna get worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's gonna get a lot worse. Are you guys excited?
Oh, dude, I am so excited. I cannot wait to see what's coming.
1.2 million view video that is the length of a feature film.
Yep.
In less than 1 day, this video of me dissecting this entire situation has accrued more views and more watch time than probably everybody else's video on this topic put together. And it's going to get worse. The SJW bubble is bursting. That's right. The safe spaces are deteriorating. The walls are closing in. And people are beginning to laugh at them when before they would pretend to cry. Oh.
Dude, I've been laughing at them the entire time. Finally, people are getting on board. And really, the big problem was people were just like writing it off and not paying attention until it started affecting them. Which, by the way, I said that was going to happen too. That it was going to start affecting your lives. And then you're going to be forced to talk about it. You're going to be forced to make fun of these freaks.
Oh, I feel so bad for you. No, we don't. You're delusional. You're out of your mind. Is this a safe space? Yes. This is a safe space for gamers. Before that,
yeah.
Go clip your earliest statement.
Real gamers.
Again. So what? If somebody wants to take what I say, turn it into something it's not, what obligation do I have to go and try to be, oh no, that's not what I meant. Oh no, you're misunderstanding me. I really meant this. You think whatever you want to think. Every normal person knows what it is.
Yep.
Everybody knows. Yeah, you cry about it, get mad about it. Every viral tweet and everything, because everybody knows I'm not saying anything wrong. Everybody knows that's not what's happening.
Yeah, if Asmongold was saying anything wrong, he wouldn't be as big as he is. He wouldn't be literally the biggest.
So whenever people like this look into the situation, this is why...
The only times he's ever, in quotes, wrong, in my opinion, is whenever we have different opinions. And we just disagree.
This is why people like me continue growing in influence. It's because when retarded liars like that on the internet make up bullshit about me or about somebody like me, reasonable people look into this and they say, damn, this guy sounds pretty crazy. And they start watching and they realize, damn, no, he doesn't. That's not what that's not what he meant. Oh, damn, so they just lied to me? Shit.
Yeah, a bunch of people like that, they just hear it from other people that the people that they don't like are garbage. And then nobody looks beyond that. I've got somebody down there in my comments right now. I'm looking at the comment, just crashing out on Asmongold, just like hating Asmongold, saying that he was covering up for Mizkif and was covering up the whole Emiru situation and covering up his own sexual assault allegation. And it's just like, what the fuck is your problem, dude? Like, why are you so mad?
Fuck, bro. Like, damn, and then they become viewers. So QTCinderella actually went and apologized for what she said. So this is her apologizing. Here we go.
This will be fun. Okay.
Is she nervous because there's a lot of people coming in? That's the reason why.
Listen, there's going to be a lot of people here that don't typically watch me.
That's like me.
I know there's a lot of people here.
I hope that her freak audience drops off and then she gets normal people in there, because normal people would be watching her if she wouldn't pander to the freak audience.
For a lot of...
Is she gonna pander to the freak audience now? She gonna apologize
different
for
reasons,
that?
Yeah.
Don't time people out who are just trying to share their opinions, okay? And also to like chatters, don't fight hate with hate, because I've never ever
Yeah, you fight hate with laughter and love.
ever wanted
She gonna
that.
get double canceled
So
now.
please do not do that.
I'll hop on. If she's gonna get canceled for saying true things, I'll hop on board. I will be an avid viewer of QTCinderella.
Just, you know, let people speak their minds.
Despite all of the Ludwig Hasan controversy, I will hop on.
And that's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And when in doubt, if you're upset with what someone says, I totally understand.
Okay.
I don't want my chat to be a place for hating on other people. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are mad at me. I totally understand.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I get it. And I'm not mad at you guys for being mad at me, for the record. I get it. I understand. And for the people that aren't mad at me, I don't think this conversation is for you. I don't, you know, if you're not mad at me, I don't owe you an apology.
No, now you owe me an apology.
Oh man, is
Because
she
you said something normal, and you have kowtowed to the mentally ill, deranged freaks on social media.
Oh.
And you have now given them more power over your life, over your career, over your autonomy, over your voice, over your expression.
I don't know. Let's hold off and let's see what she's got to say. Let's see it.
And over your stream.
If you are mad at me, I do owe you an apology. If I hurt you, I do owe people that
You didn't hurt anybody. It's just a word. You just said something.
Yeah, like, we're on the fucking internet, man. None of this is real. None of these people are real. You don't even know if they're bots or not.
You said something people disagreed with. You said that you're not going to cut out your dad from your life because your dad has problems with your brother.
Yeah, and so what's she apologizing for if she's not going to change her actions? What, is she going to cut off her family now because her audience is mad?
And your brother even respects that.
Or an apology. So
Oh, God.
that's what's most important to me.
I was almost on board, man. I was excited.
So I understand that there's a lot of opinions, but something that's important to me and has always been important to me is that if I hurt someone, I owe them an apology.
Oh, man. Words. Imagine... Okay, whatever happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. What happened to that? I was taught that all the time when I was a kid.
Gee. And that's not, like, that's just who I am as a person. No matter who I hurt. Like,
Yeah.
that's just who I am. So, just a lot to talk about. Turn off
Yeah, all these people are just a bunch of crybabies.
ads. Oh, I didn't know ads were running. How do I do that? My ads. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Fucking get on with it,
You gotta
man.
run the mats and make that money.
Yeah, fuck them. I always run ads.
Okay. Also, like I said, I know a lot of people. You put 8 ads on an apology stream. I have a bot that runs ads.
Oh my god. Just fucking
and
get on with it.
Forgot to turn it off, but my mod just turned it off. So, that's just a misunderstanding. It's automatic. There's actually a few things that are have been out of my hands that people are mad at me for. But you know,
Is she just farming sympathy right now? Is that what she's doing? Is that why she's taking so long?
I'll explain that.
Yes.
And this is a little overwhelming at the moment. Yeah. Chat. Do you want slow ads? And there's a few people, so you don't need it. But regardless, if I hurt anyone, I'm up for it again. If you don't think there's a few people in here that are saying I don't need to apologize. If you don't think I need to apologize, then this apology isn't for you.
Yep. Okay.
So
Let's
you
hear
don't
it.
Need it. But
Okay. Yeah, okay, we got it.
If I
Shit,
hurt anyone,
man,
I
fuck.
like to apologize to people that I've hurt, and that's just something about me. And I've heard what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of mentally ill, fucking retarded, social dipshit morons that are trying to tell you how to interact with your own dad, and they're trying to tell you how to talk to your own fucking dad, and you're gonna tell them sorry because you disagree with them. Good job.
Yep, bunch of parasocial freaks.
Good job.
Holy shit, dude.
That's gonna make everything better.
I've heard what a lot of people are saying, and I am sorry for the hurt that I caused people.
She gonna cry in this video? She probably is. I think she's trying to cry right now.
I'm really sorry. Like, again, if you if you don't want this apology, then it's not for you. And clearly you're not hurt, but I'm apologizing to people that I've hurt, and that's important to me. So if you're a part of the queer community and I've hurt you, I am sorry. If you are a person of color who I have hurt, I am sorry.
What the fuck do black people have to do with this?
This shit's retarded. This shit is just so fucking
What?
brain dead. Holy shit.
What a black...
This is the same shit that corporations do and have been doing. That's all that she's running right now. She is a corporate freak. Holy shit.
I am. I really am. I think the way I was wording things was very like irresponsible and wrong.
I thought it was fine. I thought she did great. I thought it was a great response to everything going on.
And I'm sorry.
Today, Junior.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not about me. I just.
Yep, she's
No,
crying.
for
Fuck.
that. I am.
All right.
I'm not.
Yeah, it is
I'm
about
chill,
you,
I'm fine.
stupid. You're making about you fucking moron. It's not about me. While she's sitting here crying, apologizing to everybody because her life is being ruined because she garnered an audience of freaks, and then she's pandering to them all over again.
I don't articulate myself well.
No shit.
Which means I can't really be upset if what I'm trying to convey is misunderstood. Because,
Who gives a
don't
shit?
get me wrong. At first, I was like, "How could that be taken this way?" And then
Because they're retarded. That's how. That's the reason it's taken this way. It's because they're retarded. It's that simple. There's not like, oh wow, I wonder why people would think this. No, it's because they're stupid.
I listened and I learned and I said, "Oh my god." Because
Oh my god.
it wasn't my intention, but I did articulate things very irresponsibly, and that sucks.
I knew exactly what you were saying.
Somebody got to get this girl a ukulele.
Right? Fucking Christ, dude.
I did a really poor job at articulating myself. Even some of the clips I've seen, I feel so irresponsible for my own wording. I really do.
What did you even say that was like? I mean, we've heard this like 4 times. Like, what did you even say that was wrong?
Nothing.
Like, that's the thing. It's like, okay, that's fine. Like,
No, she's apologizing that she hurt some people's feelings. Fuck their feelings, dude.
I said something wrong. What was it? Why was it wrong? What should you have said instead? Let's get this. Let's get this going.
Yeah, these people get into their feels about everything.
I'm sorry for that. I watched it back. I understand why it was hurtful.
Yeah.
I've read the comments, believe it or not.
You probably shouldn't read the comments.
I have gotten a lot of feedback. I've reached out to people personally, obviously.
The feedback is slop. That's her feedback. That's what's in the feed is slop.
That may or may not have been affected by this. I just, wanted to make sure. But I watched it back and I understand even the tone of my voice.
Oh my god.
No shit, dude. You come off as a bitch. Just own it.
Is very flippant and defensive, and I understand.
Because you're being attacked for nothing.
And that's a problem. I've always struggled with my tone of voice.
What the fuck, dude?
It's like a persistent problem of mine.
Because you're a bitch.
As well as articulating my thoughts correctly. I didn't go live right away.
Listen, I talk like an asshole. You want to sound like a mad ass bitch? That's the way it is.
You're right.
Like, it's not your fault that
Fucking
you sound
own it.
that way. That's not the issue. There's nothing wrong with what you said. The tone of voice, it's not about the tone of voice. It's about what you said. I talk like a jackass all the time.
Fuck them.
to make sure I could gather my thoughts and
Oh no.
try to articulate them correctly. I think I just need to like explain that I know that I'm privileged because I can move through these spaces and
You are apologizing for being white. Oh, good.
That's gonna help
Oh,
things.
good.
Yep. Awesome.
This is what happens.
Yeah, this is going exactly how I thought it would go. I was hoping that it wouldn't go this way, but she's hitting all of the talking points.
What did she do? She had an opinion. She thought for herself.
You can't do that.
This is why critical thinking is dying. Is because the moment that a person critically thinks and they go against the hive mind of people that should effectively be digging potatoes out of the ground and worshiping the sun and eating raw carrots, these people now have computers, and normal average people think that they have to listen to this shit. That's the problem.
She's just gonna have to keep making apology videos like this over and over and over and over again. She's cursed to do this. And she's just gonna go, all of the normal people are just gonna leave if they haven't already left. Just stragglers that were hanging on, just hoping. And then you got a bunch of new people all of a sudden, and then she just completely shits all over that. She could have had an audience of normal people. But no, she's just gonna keep making the drama worse, and she's just gonna keep getting covered by drama slop channels like mine.
exist safely without being threatened in a way that queer, trans, and people of color are threatened.
They're threatened by what? Because the
Words?
dad doesn't want to use the pronouns. Yeah,
Well,
dad's
yeah.
an asshole, sure. But like, I mean, nobody's really being threatened here, right? He's just a dickhead. Like, it's really not that complicated. But I do believe this. There is a self-censoring, a chilling effect that's happening all across all of society. And it's been going on for the last 20 years, ever since, I think, September 11th. But I think that also might just be at the point where I became aware enough to see it. If I was able to still call my dad, he'd probably be like, "Oh, no, son, it's been like this since back in the, like this other time." But for me, there has been a tremendous amount of self-censorship that people have been going through for many, many, many years. And the reason why is that everybody waits for somebody else to speak, and they wait for the consensus before they give their opinion. And the reason why is because they're so afraid of going against the grain and being ostracized. That's the reason why. Every single one of these people are terrified of their own audience. They're terrified of people disagreeing with them. They're terrified of going against the grain or having an opinion that doesn't completely reaffirm the viewpoints of the majority. And what we have now is a tyranny by a false consensus. There is a false consensus of mentally ill people on the internet that have created these social rules, and they don't even have any fucking friends.
Yep. That's why they are parasocial online, spending all their time in these communities.
The asylum's literally being run by the inmates. That's it. The threatened, yeah. And if you look at the vocabulary here, right? Threatened, hurt. Nobody was threatened or hurt. It's just a conversation.
Yeah, like, people just saw the clip and they start crying because they cry over everything, man. There are people that get in their feels because they hear somebody say Harry Potter out in public, and then they freak out and have an anxiety attack because somebody said Harry Potter.
I have always, I've always viewed my role as someone who cares about marginalized communities.
And they do hate you because you're white, by the way.
Yep.
They do. They do.
Even a lot of your fans hate you because you're white, and they watch and they constantly shit on you because you're white.
You might not want to admit it to yourself. You might not want to say it to yourself. But go read the TikTok comments. They do. They hate everything that you are, intrinsically.
Yep, and then she goes and apologizes for it. Like, are you fucking serious? Tell them to go fuck themselves.
And here you are, begging for their forgiveness.
Yep. Every single time, dude. Every single
I've always
time.
viewed my role as a supporter and an ally, but sometimes to be a good ally, you need to shut up and listen.
Exactly. These people don't want allies, they want slaves and puppets. That's it. An ally...
Dude, I hope she brings this back around. Come on. Please bring this back around. Or we're just gonna see another apology video. Or she's gonna say, fuck all the people that are like me and apologize to all the freaks. And it's just like the opposite of what she needs to do. These people are retarded, man. These top streamers are retarded. That's why I stick to like the same 4 or 5 top streamers. And I'm getting new ones added in there every day. I have recently found a couple of black creators that I really like. Which, I mean, I watch black creators anyway. But a couple that I could react to that I really like that give based takes.
Somebody that you work with. They don't want to work with you. They want you to work for them.
And by the way, I'm not reacting to them just because they're black. I'm just pointing out that I found some that I really like.
And I know that. And I'm sorry if it seemed like I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just think, like, I think overall,
Yeah.
I really do try to be a positive influence. I really do. But the way I articulate it, I ignored how privileged I am to be able to navigate my relationships that way.
What, by not being a fucking retard that can talk to your dad and then still disagree with your dad about things? That makes you privileged? What, you're privileged that you have over an 80 IQ?
I didn't make it clear that I'll always fight bigotry and I'll always
Yeah,
try
you
to...
did. You said it very clearly. You said that very explicitly and very clearly, that you said that you always disagree with him on it and you bring it up to him. You why would you even say this? You're reaffirming a lie that people are spreading about you maliciously, and now you're defending yourself from a lie, and you know it's a lie.
Be a good role model and a good influence.
Here she goes crying again.
But I want to be a good ally, and I want to be a...
Being a good ally means obeying and listening to them and doing everything that they tell you and never stepping outside of the box that they put you in. That's what being a good ally means.
Yep, step out of line an inch, they'll have your head every fucking time, dude.
Now you understand.
That's why we say it's a cult.
Be obedient, listen to what happens, listen to the consensus, and repeat the consensus. Good job. Now you're an ally.
You're an ally of the cult of the freaks. And the liars. And the actual racists.
Streamers, but for like very young, impressionable audiences. I know that role can't fall on people who are directly threatened or affected.
It's crazy how, you know, maybe Hasan's dog has a shock collar on literally, but it seems like everybody else in LA has a metaphorical one on.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty sad. It really is.
Say goodbye. Say goodbye to Hollywood. That Eminem
And
popped into my head.
I'm sorry if, you know, I'm sorry that I did hurt people.
You didn't
in this
hurt
community
anybody.
and
You just
other
had an opinion. You didn't hurt anybody.
communities.
Hollywood, Hollywood. That's Coheed and Cambria.
You
That
say
was
be an asshole.
Never my intention.
Well, why would it be your intention? Why would you try to hurt people? Obviously.
I have conversations with people in private and in public to try to like evoke progress in the streaming space.
Progress.
and I do
Progress
so
with
with
what?
hope that
Oh, we're gonna talk about that progress that she speaks of later on, because some crazy shit happened at Twitch.
it can be more welcoming. I think I have been very true to building bridges. I've always said that that's my goal.
You're going to build the bridges. The reason why is that because you're building the bridges because the people on the other side of the bridge have gold. That's the reason why you're building the bridge. You're not building the bridge for the trading of ideas. You're building the bridge of trading of clout. That's the reason why.
Yep, it's all for money, because she's basically a corporation.
And so, like, if like the FaZe people had 1,000 viewers, you wouldn't be going on their stream. You wouldn't be playing defense for them. You'd be condemning them and saying how bad they are. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. And I look, I like Cutie. I've talked to her. She's always been very, very nice. But you are digging your own grave. These people will never forgive you. They will always hate you. They hate you for what you are. They see you and they hate you. They listen to you speak your mind and they hate you even more. You're working for yourself instead of working a normal job. You've traded having one boss for thousands of bosses. Not a good trade, I would say.
I've only got one boss, and his name is Jesus Christ.
And that will always be my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like my mod just said, chat, this is not your place to fight with other chatters.
Oh,
Please,
why are you talking like she didn't intentionally foster this community herself? She did. She did. She tried to foster this community, but the problem is that, and this is the issue, is that
they think that all of these freaks are actually nice people because they pretend to be nice, but as soon as you step out of line an inch, they get fucking violent real fast.
you have cultivated a community of hypersensitive, super obnoxious, incredibly woke people that are aggressive, tone policing, bossy, and angry all of the time.
I call these people leftoids.
And
they've gone further left than the actual left. They're like off the charts. They're off the scale.
now, that same creation, you know, Frankenstein's monster, has now turned on Frankenstein himself. And this is what's happening with a lot of these creators, because they have to choose between upholding these fake moral virtues that they don't really have, very obviously, because they express their personal life, and it's very clearly that they don't believe any of this shit. But, or at least they never experience consequences because of their beliefs. Many people have beliefs. Few people have beliefs that cost anything.
do not do that. That is, I've asked my mods not to ban people, but if you are being directly hateful to somebody, then you will be banned if you're being hateful. If you're just sharing your opinion, I understand. And I'm, you know, hoping to see some of them and listen. But if you're just being hateful to somebody else in chat, not
what does that even mean, being hateful? What, like, I don't even know what that fucking means.
towards me,
Yeah.
you can be hateful towards me. I already told my mods not to ban that. If you know. But if you're being hateful to someone else in chat or another streamer, that's not what I'm about. I've never been about that, so.
What's being woke mean? What are we waking up from? They're waking up from reality and they're descending into a dream. The irony with the term woke is that the more woke you are, the more disconnected from reality you are.
Yeah, these people have been woke so long that they can't go back to sleep. You gotta rest sometimes, man. They've just been awake. And once you're awake for so long, you start hallucinating. And we're way beyond that point.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I think I hope I can, I hope
Some
I can
Matrix
prove
shit?
my
Oh,
purpose
yeah.
in this space, through listening to lived experiences of people that are affected. And it feels awful that it seemed to some people that I'm just comfortable with bigotry. I'm not a bigoted person. I'm not. That's just not who I am. And I'll continue to show that.
I am a racist, bigoted, homophobic, transphobic piece of garbage. What are all the other icks and isms? Did I say racist already?
But I understand.
And if you are of all of the things that people think that I hate, welcome to the channel. Let's have a conversation. I actually am not those things.
You don't accept my apology. And I understand.
It's crazy also that in the process of this, she demonizes all of the FaZe Clan people that brought her on their stream and gave her a platform. Like, these guys are way more popular than she is. Like, infinitely more popular. Like Ronaldo, like Silky, Jason, etc. These guys are way more popular. And now she's throwing them under the bus and implying that interacting with them and being around them is somehow inherently problematic. You see what I'm saying? Like, apologizing for being around a group of people implies there's something wrong with that group of people.
If you're still mad at me, but I'm still very sorry. I understand if you don't feel safe watching me, or if you don't feel safe.
That's so fucking ridiculous. What? She's
They
so
could
gone.
get you at any minute. Oh! They're gonna come through the monitor. It's like The Ring.
Watching my collaborations. I understand that.
You don't feel safe watching the collaboration. Oh my god. Why do you?
I hope to
why
prove
are
to you that my
kowtowing
community
to
is a
this?
safe space. My community even isn't even who's watching right now. It's very.
Yeah.
Fuck around, find out. You get what you fucking deserve, I guess. Holy shit. This is one of the most
True.
retarded videos I've
I just
ever
hope to
seen
prove
of a
that
streamer.
too, is all.
This is one of the worst apologies that I have ever seen. I don't even know what she's apologizing for. Like, I do know, but it doesn't exist. The thing that she's apologizing for does not fucking exist.
But
And it's like, it's not like she's gonna change. I don't get, it's fake.
Yep.
again,
Yep. True.
and then obviously, like,
No.
I'm sorry, I keep looking at chat. I'm not trying to look at chat, but it's just hard when I know a lot of you have a lot of things you want to say.
Based.
All I see is Asmongold's chat. I don't care what her chat is.
Upset that I
Okay,
dragged
here we go.
Katie and Vanilla into the conversation.
No, they were in it. They were agreeing with you. They were agreeing with you. They changed their perspective, and then their mood changed inside of the video whenever they saw their own chat disagreeing with them. You can go watch the video and see it for yourself. They're also totally audience captured. Actually, I can't speak for that Katie person, the woman, I believe. But that Vanilla Mace girl, like, she was agreeing with you the entire time and saying it was okay. And then towards the end of it, she was trying to distance herself from you using more abstract language or, you know, like more disconnected language. And then she goes on the next day and she says she was uncomfortable. Well, if you were so uncomfortable with her, why were you agreeing with her? Well, the reason why is because you do the same thing. You were on the same streams with FaZe. You went on their stream plenty of times. Actually, I don't know about plenty of times, but I know at least once I saw a video of it. So, like, you had no
Which is
problem
plenty.
throwing Cutie under the bus because you're afraid of your own audience. That's the reason why.
Fuck the
and
audience.
you can just go back, like, again, you just go back and watch the VOD. It's not like this is some kind of...
Dude, my audience is the people that are willing to have a conversation without getting upset. That's what my audience is. Anybody beyond that, they're just watchers. And, like, I don't care about them. I don't really even care about the audience either. But, like, my real audience, because, for one, I don't really have one. I've got a few people that drop down there in the comments and are willing to have conversations with me and do, and they don't ever get mad. And I respect you all for that. Everybody else, I'm just gonna laugh at you because, like, come in with a conversation. Don't get mad at me. 'Cause none of this shit's fucking real. This is just words on the internet.
Fucking like weird, oh, I wonder why. She was literally agreeing with Cutie. She was saying, like, yeah, I do kind of the same thing with my extended family, and, you know, like, it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have a big fight at the dinner table, right? Yeah, it's whatever.
That's fair and valid. That's so fair and valid, and I was so wrong for that. I shouldn't have brought it up. Vanilla and I have had multiple conversations in the last few weeks about the internet being difficult to navigate and exist in lately.
It's easy to navigate and exist in. Just be yourself. The problem is that it's difficult whenever...
Oh, no, she is being herself. She's being a fucking retard, and she's retarded. That is what she is.
You're not being yourself.
No, she is.
Because you have no North Star to base what you act and how you behave off of. It's easy for me to be my... like, I just...
She's being 1000% herself right now because she's pandering so she can keep her audience that she's garnered, and so she can keep getting clout and making money. And too bad for her, I think it's going to have the opposite effect, and it's just going to bring her more into the limelight of all of the streaming retards, and it's just going to be another stepping stone for the eventual collapse of streaming culture, or the current streaming culture.
I just act like myself. I have whatever opinions I want. I just do what I want, and that's
Same.
it. It's that simple. But whenever you've created an audience and you've cultivated an audience that forces you to walk on eggshells while you're carrying a cross of your own skin color, while people actively hold it against you and then hate you for it, and then tell you to apologize, call you an ally, but want you to be a slave, yeah, I don't think that's a good thing.
And I started ranting inappropriately. I won't pretend like that was the space for that. It wasn't.
Yeah, she probably shouldn't have ever even talked about it at all.
You know,
like, don't involve yourself in drama if you don't want drama to be stirred.
I'm an asshole for bringing it up. It just, there's a time and a place, and I'm really sorry if you felt uncomfortable during that. I know.
Okay.
I have a problem reading the room.
Yeah, we can tell.
It's like actually pretty embarrassing.
It is.
You have a problem reading the room. No, the thing is that you...
No, she was fine then. Now she has a problem reading the room.
Didn't have a problem reading a room. You had a problem reading your chat. And so did the other two people on the call with you. They had a problem reading their chat. You didn't have they had no problem talking to you about this because this is how adults talk about things all the time. It was on emote only? I don't think so. No, it's just people.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. I will argue with everybody. I am the biggest wall that you have ever seen. Good luck.
Talking about whatever the fuck.
I'm like one of those doors from Fable 2.
Yeah.
Or I guess Fable 1 and 3 also had them.
She
I played
literally said
Fable
nothing
2
will
the
change
most.
her mind. They were on emote only mode? Yeah, I don't know. The feeling uncomfortable watching my stream is absurd. I don't know about that. I feel like there's plenty of streams. Like, I've watched, like, plenty of streams I felt uncomfortable watching. And you know what I did? I turned them off. I'm like, man, this is weird. I don't want to watch this.
What's she doing? Picking her nose? She crying?
But regardless,
Oh. Seems not.
I lack social cues. I lack social awareness.
Yeah, no
this is
shit.
something I've dealt with my whole life.
You're going to try and make it out like you're a victim because you don't have understandings of, like, social stuff? Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I kind of don't give a fuck because I'm a Christian, so, like, nobody accepts me pretty much anyway. At least socially.
Like, I remember... I mean, my viewpoint...
Like, I don't even fit in with other Christians.
I never understood whenever I was a kid. I was like, why don't we eat cats and dogs? They're everywhere. They said they're pets. I said, yeah. Well, what do they taste like, though? Like, I mean, really, I mean, I was wondering, right? Why don't we just eat them? And so...
We probably would.
But that's the way it was done.
And we probably will in the future.
Wrong with that? What? I hate this default that, like, just because you're not going along with what the majority feeling is that it's somehow wrong. The people that are addicted to staying inside of consensus because they're afraid of being themselves.
Yeah, she's crying. Oh, I don't feel bad for you.
For not being accepted, yeah.
That's my fault. I really struggled to read social situations. I've talked about it for many years that I struggle with social situations, and so I feel like an idiot whenever.
I don't believe her. I've seen you at tons of streams. I've seen you around dozens of people.
Well, no, what she means is social media situations. That's really what she means.
I've seen you do streams yourself. You've put on entire award shows. You're massively successful. You have tons of friends. The idea that you can't read social situations is just not true. You were so good at reading social situations that you would intentionally play the villain on the Raj show because you understood the dynamics of it so well. You're not stupid. You know exactly what you're talking about. And you shouldn't downplay yourself and try to make yourself look like you're some autistic retard that doesn't know how to read a room, when the fact is that you were the one that brought people into the room in the first place. You can't use that.
Yeah, it's just bullshit.
That's the truth.
Well, I mean, this whole apology is bullshit, so everything that's in it also has to be bullshit.
Have some self-respect. Quinn simping? No, it's not simping. It's true. It's a fact.
That does happen. And I feel stupid. I feel really, really dumb, and I feel embarrassed, and I feel like an asshole. And I've apologized to Katie and Vanilla individually. Again, there's a time and a place, people. And I did not.
They're not your friends.
I did not.
They're just shit content creators.
I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry.
You think I'm being harsh? People think I'm being harsh. I don't think I am. I think I'm being honest.
Oh, I think that he should be going as hard as I'm going, but I don't think he's gonna because he knows her personally.
I'm being very honest. I'm being direct.
Communities that watched it that were uncomfortable. I know you guys didn't sign up for that. We were supposed to be playing video games. So I am.
That's what PewDiePie said. I remember that. But I mean, like, in his defense, like, honestly, whenever they would get underneath those cars on that bridge in PUBG, that shit was mad annoying. That shit was so
you talking about
annoying.
PewDiePie?
I see why he said it.
Yeah?
I do.
Yeah, they were being a bunch of N-words. Like, what more do you want him to say? I mean, he wasn't wrong. I think we need to get back to, if somebody's being a, then we should be able to just call them a.
Y'all remember that? That shit was so fucking.
I hope I remember to bleep those.
Cause remember they were prone and they'd be trying to shoot up right through the muffler and shit, and then they'd be hitting you like, oh my god, it was obnoxious. I totally see why he said it.
Hate that I made you uncomfortable. I will not be asking them to collab anytime soon.
So they're throwing you under the bus.
Yeah, those aren't your friends, bro.
That's not their fault. And I hate to see that they've been dragged into any of this.
1000% is their fault, because that's the energy that they've garnered. That is the audience that they've curated.
I don't think that's fair at all.
Fuck them.
I think the opposite. I think that they were totally okay with the conversation, and they roached out on you after the fact because they saw public perception was negative.
1000%.
So they shifted the way that they felt, whereas you didn't. Like that Katie girl, I'm not really sure as much, right? I mean, but like that Vanilla Mace girl was listening to you and agreeing with you, and she was saying, "This is what I think." Like, yeah, that's okay, yeah, sure. And like, so what is this? It's peer pressure. Yeah, exactly. Like, they should be apologizing to you.
It makes me really, really sad that because I can't read a social situation that they've been dragged.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you can't read a social situation when you're talking to a bunch of social freaks. Like, of course you're not going to be able to read that.
That's really not, it's not fair to them. It's not fair to them, and I don't,
fuck fairness. I do not give a shit. Holy shit.
Like that people are dragging them because of things I said. So if anything, please just, you know, leave them out of it.
Don't tell people online what to do, bro. You're gonna make it worse. She's completely fucking brain dead. She is retarded. Like that, does she not know the way people act online? You tell them to go fuck themselves. That's all you can do to get them to stop. Once you tell them to go fuck themselves, they might go, Ree! But then you tell them to go fuck themselves more and make fun of them, call them crybabies.
Is my fault?
Oh, man, how many times you gonna say that? 7? She's got to say it at least 7 times so it gets into people's brains.
You should have read the chat. Just listen to the chat, have them tell you what to think. Make it easy, okay? Just autoplay your stream.
If I could go back in time, it'd be so different, but I'm just sorry. I'm sorry.
Afraid of our community?
A few other things. I've seen you guys talk about it. There's been a lot of confusion about the VOD being deleted. Vanilla clarified
Why would you
on
do
her
that?
stream.
What?
So, like, these
Oh man, she's doing everything fucking wrong. Like, how is she a top streamer? I don't fucking get it.
these are her words. They are not mine. Well, I guess they're mine because they're coming out of my mouth. So sorry about that. That was stupid. That it was her idea to delete the VODs. She wanted to edit out where we talked. I don't know how to do that. I have one of my mods does that for me whenever we do edited segments, and so I said, oh, it's no big deal, I'll just delete mine.
I feel like I'm getting dumber.
But you did push it hard.
My brain is melting.
She was uncomfortable, and so once she stated that she was uncomfortable, that's when I'm able to read the room. So once I'm told that someone like
there you go. Okay, now once I'm told what to think, then I'm going to act. Okay, great. Finally. Yes, true.
Once I'm able to understand that she was uncomfortable, I'm obviously
How do you rate this apology? I would say this apology is like a 3 or a 4. I really don't think this is a good apology.
It's terrible.
For a lot of reasons.
It's so bad.
I think that really, like, so far, like, some of the things that are really taking points off of this apology, number one
is she's apologizing for something that's fake to people who are fake.
You're not crying. Number 2, you're at your original setup. You're not.
Oh, no, she did cry, but she's not crying through the whole thing. She turned away, I guess.
Different setup. Number 3,
you're not sitting on the floor.
Responding to chat while you're doing it. Number 4, you're not looking into the camera. Number 5, you are not really stating explicitly what you said that was wrong. You're using abstract terms and amorphous explanations in order to justify specific things. So, and also, as far as I know, there's no real plan of action going forward in terms of the behavior. So it's not like I'm going to try to do better. Like, what are you going to do better? Like, there's nothing really about that. It's just like, I'm going to do better.
I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing until I have to make the next fake apology video.
I think also it's bad because it throws other people that she was friends with and that, you know, now, like, you know, people like FaZe people, it throws them under the bus. So, yeah, I would say there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah, she's being of the world rather than just in it.
That's why this is, like, not really a great apology video, right?
Terrible.
It's
and
not.
no ukulele.
It's an amateur apology. Yeah, exactly. People are also trying to get to Ludwig through her. The tinfoil hat, I think it has to do with the Hasan community looking for shit to poke at. You mean the same thing that Hasan criticized and complained about? That like people wouldn't let him have normal interactions with other people because like this is exactly, you're right. This is what they do. They'll attack anybody that they can in order to AoE damage people that they don't like. Like people know that they can't really attack me. It doesn't really matter what happens. Like somebody says some bullshit to me, I'm just like, okay, that's funny. But New World thing.
Yeah, that's what you do. You make fun of them.
After this, okay, guys, just stop posting it. But beyond that, like, fuck, I got totally confused because of that. What I was saying. Anyway, let's just move on.
To oblige with her request, I wasn't forcing anyone to delete the VODs. I didn't even realize at the time how poor my tone was, how poor my...
You said you were going to DMCA people for the VOD. You said that.
Uh-huh. Yep. Saw that one.
Like, and this is the other issue is that...
And she said it, like, while she had the biggest evil smile. Like, dude.
Like, if you want to do an apology, you just cleanly state what you did wrong. You say why it was wrong. You say why you did it. You explain what the problem was with it. And you just don't do it again. That's it. It's pretty simple. Like, the amount of, like, because I also am an asshole. She's an asshole. She's obnoxious. She is. And she knows it. She knows it deep down inside. You know that. The way you acted on the Raj show, there's no way you could have done what you did if you didn't really have that dog in you. And you know it. You know it. And I've had to apologize a lot of times to girlfriends especially. There's a different stream about music. Maybe, maybe not. That's what she said. I don't know if I believe that.
Articulation was. I didn't know that. Vanilla said she was uncomfortable and she thought people were going to take clips out of context. She was correct.
What do you mean about now out of context? What are we talking about now? It's out of context. Like, because it's either what you said was wrong or it's out of context. Because like, if it's out of context, that means it would be right in the context.
Yeah, so, in other words, what the fuck are you apologizing for, dude? This whole situation's retarded.
Correct in being uncomfortable.
I feel the same way, man.
Said something, and I'm happy that.
Like, I'm not angry. I'm just very, like, I'm very frustrated and I'm perplexed, man. My mind is blown at how stupid this is.
She was comfortable enough to ask for the VODs deleted, and I'm happy that we deleted the VODs. Because that's what she wanted.
Same. I mean, same with the drink, not what she said.
The VODs deleted too. Don't put that on her. You want them deleted because you could see how people were upset.
A really big
Yeah, she just didn't want the mean comments to be there.
Misconception about...
Like, I don't delete shit, man. I don't delete shit. I leave it all up. Hate comments and all. The only things that I delete is, like, bot chatters. Like, actual bots, like, that are pushing ads or like, hey, your channel's awesome. I could make it better. Just click this link.
DMCA strikes.
Fuck that. Fuck the DMCA strikes. I don't even care if people completely rip off my videos and upload them again. Like, go right ahead, man. I do not care.
Since the VOD was deleted,
if I make a movie, fucking pirate it. Which I'm gonna release movies for free.
I did a singing stream after.
What was she singing? Was it like karaoke, singing on like popular songs? Taylor Swift? You couldn't DMCA that. Any cover of a song like that is automatically the retroactive IP of the original holder. So like if you do a cover of a song That's the reason why there's like so many like different issues with like rights and ownership of songs. Like a really popular one is Hurt from 9 Inch Nails, etc. So like you couldn't like if DMCAing you doing cover songs, what is there to DMCA? Because like it's not even you doing that. Like that's the ownership of the original artist to begin with. Like that's, you know, just complexity, right? But again, it's not even true. It was her original music? Oh, it was her songs? Okay.
I've been wanting to do a singing stream.
Yeah, but if you're singing other people's songs, you can't DMCA that to begin with.
If you watch me, you know that. And whenever I do singing streams, I delete the VOD because I'm embarrassed of my singing. And I started the singing stream, and I played I sang some of my unreleased music. I sang 3 of my unreleased songs.
Okay, so it's her,
and then
her
people
music.
were
Okay.
threatening to upload that. And so
Let 'em.
yes, admittedly I was on edge and I was being
I'm
a
gonna
bitch.
be honest, like y'all really gotta stop uploading content to the internet that you don't want uploaded to the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Why
Just
do I
fucking
have to
do
say
it, man.
this?
Just do it. Anything that I release, go ahead, rip it off. You can even take my name off of it and say it's fucking yours. I don't give a shit. Like, I plan on making shows and movies and books and all kinds of stuff. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna release it for free. And if you want to give me money, that's up to you. You can still enjoy the product without having to pay for it. Because that's what true art is. I do not care about money.
Am I taking crazy pills?
About that.
She just comes off as a corporate freak.
And
Money
I
obsessed.
recognize that even saying this now, that might happen.
Viewer obsessed. Popularity obsessed. Cloud
That
obsessed.
people might upload my unreleased songs. But
You released them.
I wanted to clear the record, and I was only thinking of my music being released. But I understand how that's being perceived now, as QT is, you know, copy striking anyone that posted the convo. I'm not.
Okay.
I've not
Okay,
sent out
fine.
one copy strike. And even if you uploaded my music now, I don't know if I do anything. So that's.
I don't know if I do anything, she
it
says.
sucks that's
She
where
might.
it went. I have, you know, I even went into my mod Discord the second it happened. And I said, if you see anyone upload my music, let me know. That's what it was about. It was about my music that I've worked.
And
I'm
here
not
she
a
goes.
mind reader. This doesn't even really matter.
Yep. This is just fucking stupid.
Anyway.
Yeah, move on.
Maybe I'm
and
wrong.
then
Maybe she's
as for
telling the truth.
blocking,
It's
I don't
impossible to know.
I don't even give a shit. I think she's wrong about it. So like, why the fuck are you crying? Because she wasn't able to release it and make as much money as possible.
on Twitter.
Get off Twitter. Can't handle Twitter.
If you, again, a lot of this is coming from a lot of people that don't follow me and don't know me.
Yeah.
But if you do follow me, you know that I literally, like, I don't have Twitter on my phone. I don't have access to it. Twitter is bad for my mental health. If you've followed me for a long time, you know that
You know why it's bad for her mental health? Because she uses it wrong. She gets rage baited constantly. She rage baits herself and she gets mad and all up in her feels about everything. And then people pile on and she's like, oh no! Like, you just have to have it in your head that people are retarded. They're gonna say the worst shit and you just gotta laugh. It's all fun and games, man. It's funny how much better you feel whenever you see everything is fake, all these people is fake, nothing they say is real, and you just see it all as memes. It's all memes. But as she is a leftist, and the left can't meme, so I kind of get that.
I have multiple mods that I pay to block people on Twitter. I've done this for years.
Why would you block people? That is the worst thing you can do. She's got that turning off the replies kind of energy. I don't block shit. Actually, that's not true. If people are actually threatening violence, then I do block those people. But that usually doesn't happen on X. That happens more on places like Facebook.
My team does not differentiate hate online. I do get a lot of
Hate
hate
online.
I don't look
Yeah, so do I. And you know what I do? I make fun of them.
at it for
I just don't think that, like, if you are a blind person, you should not be driving a school bus.
Yep.
If you don't have a sense of taste, you
That's a good
shouldn't
way
be
to
a
put it.
chef.
Uh-huh.
If you don't care about the law, you shouldn't be a police officer. If you're a pyromaniac, you should not be a firefighter. If you're a vegan, you shouldn't work in a steakhouse. If you can't read social media, you shouldn't be a streamer.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
my
get
own mental
fucking
health,
real.
but I have a whole team that
Your mental health is just going to keep spiraling out of control the longer you let all this shit get to you.
blocks people. I assure you, it
But
wasn't my
Beethoven? No, Beethoven went deaf. He went deaf. He didn't start out that way.
intention to silence voices. I've heard the upset. I've told them to stop blocking people, so you should not get blocked now.
Yeah.
I do want to listen to your lived experiences. I'm sorry
Why?
Boy. Yeah.
that
Fuck
those
them.
gonna be
voices were
stupid.
silenced. I understand why people.
Dude, people are retarded. I don't care about their lives. I mean, I care that they're living. I just don't care what's going on in their lives. Because, like, none of that's real to me.
People are really hungry to have this conversation, and you deserve an outlet. And I'm sorry it was put on deaf ears. I'm sorry that the
Okay, here we go.
balance between criticism and actual like feedback was thin, and yeah, my team banned you. I'm not gonna blame. I'm not mad.
Yeah, is she gonna solve the issue that everybody had with her? Is she gonna cut off her father? Is she gonna cut off her family? No. Then if she's not gonna do that, it's a fake apology. Which I don't think that she should do that. But, like, holy shit, this is so fake. I think she realizes, I don't think she realizes that this is a fake ass apology. I think she actually thinks that this is a good thing and this is what she has to do.
My team for that. They were just doing their jobs.
Okay.
I have told them to stop. You can share.
Good. Yeah. Don't be blocking people.
You know, I promise to.
Why is it then that you did the milk advertisement thing with the comments deleted or the comments disabled?
What the fuck?
Because I don't necessarily completely buy into this.
Yeah,
Because-
she's lying. It's bullshit.
It's like, why would you have done that? Like, because obviously, you know, because you could look at all of our other brand posts. Are all of them also
Brand posts.
comment blocked? Or every single other one comment locked? Why would that one explicitly be comment locked? It's probably because you just didn't
wonder.
want to have hate and a bunch of negativity.
Uh-huh.
It's okay to just say that. I think that what people really don't like is they don't like the dishonesty of this whole thing.
Yep.
That's the reason why there's been such a big pushback against this, is the inherent and blatant dishonesty of it. And it transcends just like...
Dude, yeah, these Hollywood streamers are so fucking fake. I'm so done with it. So I'm just gonna laugh at them and make fun of them because this shit's retarded, man.
one level, right? It's like the dishonesty of interacting with and being around these people all the time, and it's like, oh, I like these people, and then having these values that contradict with what the people think, and then condemning these people but still wanting to also collab with them, and then at the same time saying that, like, you're not doing any of this yourself, but somehow things are happening that are working in service of suppressing people that are criticizing you. Like, it just seems like there's a lot of coincidences here, right? She doesn't realize, but she is alienating all of her normal viewers and cultivating an audience of mentally ill, angry haters that will never accept her. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And by doing...
And I was almost on board. I was right there because of what she said about her dad the other night. And I covered it. I was right fucking there, dude.
this, you you change that percentage of normal viewers to weirdo viewers by just a couple of points. But it's a lot.
Continue to educate myself. I will never stop educating myself.
About what?
And you're gonna see a lot of people being like, "You go, girl. Don't listen to the hate." And that's the whole fucking reason that she got into this mess. That's the whole reason for this apology, is because she was listening to the hate from the people that are like, "You go, girl."
Ever. Like,
about
that's
what?
not
Like
something
what?
that I do.
She is stuck in La La Land.
Also, the term educating yourself is such a pejorative and patronizing term because it implies that your viewpoints and your values are arrived at through a place of ignorance rather than a place of ideological difference. The fact is that you don't really have a ignorance of these people. You just simply disagree with what their viewpoints are. That's very, very different. Like, anytime that you ever hear somebody say educate yourself, what they're saying is you're a fucking idiot and you don't know what you're talking about. And if you were smart like me, you'd think the same thing that I do.
Exactly.
It's massively patronizing.
Yep. It's just mind virus bullshit. That's cult behavior, man. You need to educate yourself so you can be as smart as me. So you can have the same ideas as me. If you don't have the same ideas as me, then you are stupid and evil. That's basically what these people think. Like, I don't give a shit if we disagree on literally everything. I disagree with, I think, most people that are in my daily life about a lot of things. But guess what? That's okay. Because we're not in a fucking cult.
So whenever I hear somebody say, let me educate you on this, unless it's like, I don't know, Dr. K explaining psychology to me, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear about you educating me.
Yeah, especially if they're an emotional freak with blue hair and a nose ring.
Yeah, it's the woke version of bless your heart. Exactly.
I know a lot of people are going to be mad and stay mad, and that's okay. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeah, just let them be mad. Fuck them. They're a bunch of emotional freaks. Why are you getting mad online, bro? This is the internet.
Yep.
But I do believe this got to...
Yeah, like, if you're gonna be mad online, you're gonna really not have a good time.
corners of the internet that I have never been a part of. I could never expect
Talking about me, the demon.
strangers to know my intention.
Yeah, it's like they're like the grunts from Halo calling Master Chief a demon.
But I'll always stand for building bridges. I will always stand for that. Doesn't mean people need to use them, but
I like boats. I don't really like bridges as much. I'd rather just use a boat. A boat is much more effective because if there's not a bridge there, it takes so long to build a bridge. And you can just build a boat real quick. Or if you already got a boat, you can carry a boat around.
I hope
See, that was clever. I'll always stand for building bridges, but that doesn't mean other people need to use them. That's actually very clever.
Yeah, that's why I use a boat. Fuck the bridge.
See, you're not stupid.
Yeah, you'll get tolls on a bridge after a while, man. Good luck tolling a boat.
You're not dumb. You just, this is like, should have thought this out.
I hope to be a good role model. It's all I've ever worked on.
Role
so I
model
hope
to who?
continue
No.
doing that and continue being a positive influence. Is all. But
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. True.
Role model to who? Role model to children? Because if you're being a role model for adults, that's fucking retarded. And if you're being a role model for children, you're talking about all these trans issues and stuff. It just comes off to me as somebody who's trying to trans kids.
Yep.
And make them gay and all that kind of shit.
Uh-huh. That's right.
I am trying to chat, but I don't know if it's entirely productive.
It's not.
At the moment.
It's really not. I guarantee you it's not.
Fuck the chat.
I can guarantee you it's not productive. I promise you, it's not a single message that you're going to read is going to be productive.
Going a little fast.
It's never, it's not going to be good. Oh, if I was going to start off defending QT, well, I do defend her. Like, I think that she is, honestly, I think that you're making a Faustian pact.
Yeah, people who get mad at QTCinderella for all of these things, they're just as retarded as the people who are in her audience getting mad at her. Like, anybody who's mad on the internet at anybody and is like actually spouting hate, you're one of the worst scum on the internet. You're a fucking retard.
With the most mentally ill,
an extreme retard,
stupid, dishonest, and fundamentally bigoted people on the internet who wrap themselves in the armor of being anti-bigot. But they're actually the most bigoted people on the internet, period. And I think that you are enabling them by doing this. I wouldn't really care if this was like some random person doing this, because I don't really think it matters. It's like just another, woke creator. But I feel bad for Cutie to put herself in this position. Now, obviously, I think that you did put yourself in this position. You did do this yourself. However, I do see why you're in a position that's uncomfortable and unpleasant. And I can respect that, and I empathize with that.
Yep. Welcome to the internet.
What I'm saying, though, is that the more that you apologize and the more that you give ground to people that are unreasonable, rude, hostile, dishonest, and don't like you, the more you will replace audiences of people that do like you with audiences of people who don't like you. And that's fundamentally what you're doing. You're building an audience of people who don't like you by doing this.
Yep, it's the same thing that Hasan Piker does. His audience does not fucking like him. Even his glazers, as soon as he steps out of line, they're all over him. As soon as anybody around Hasan steps out of line, they are all over them. Just look at the Ludwig QT situation, man. Everybody, even that Gato guy, whatever, who was like a straight up Hasan glazer and fucking denims. Like, they were basically calling them all the things that they call us all the time. That's what happens, man, when you create an audience of fucking freaks.
Again, there's more people mad about the blocking and the cease and desist and the deleted VODs. I covered that.
QT is a normal person apologizing for being normal? Yeah.
Feel free to watch it back. No one will be blocked on Twitter anymore. So feel free to post whatever. Again, I literally...
Keep in mind, her apologizing just throws the face group under the bus and paints them in a negative light. Yeah, it does.
I'm showing you, I don't have the app. I go to it on my phone. It's restricted. We do block and have always blocked people that were hateful. And
why would you even say that? Like, anybody that thinks that you're lying is just going to say you set it to restricted before the stream. It's the same as the dog collar with Hasan.
Yep. And, like, I don't give a shit if you set it to restricted mode or not. You know what that actually shows me? That you're a giant fucking crybaby who can't handle online.
Why even say that?
Because she's stupid.
I'm really sorry that you felt like... Not you felt, that's not fair. I'm really sorry that by blocking criticism, I was silencing voices and stories.
No shit.
That wasn't my intention.
It's not a voice in a story whenever somebody tells you a racist or like attacks your skin color.
Fuck them. Leave them up. Leave them up. Humiliate them. Make fun of them. Anybody who's actually like that.
Okay, I don't know if there's any more of a productive conversation I can have right now.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of these people.
This whole thing was not productive, man. It just made everything much worse for yourself.
A lot of people in chat right now aren't necessarily a part of my community, and but just know that I hope you come back and visit. And
I was watching a chat during this. There were some people trying to diagnose her with something and get help. It was really weird to see. So people think that she has a mental illness because she talks to her dad. You know what? On the internet, I believe that.
Yep. I think she's only got really one mental illness, and that's greed. I think that's a big one. Greed, envy. Bunch of the 7 deadly... Dude, a bunch of these 7 deadly sins. They're all over the internet right now.
See that my community is a safe space for everybody.
Except for people that are normal.
Feel that way, I totally respect it. I totally respect it. So,
What's this obsession with safe spaces? The obsession with safe spaces is so people can find a rationale in order to remove people from spaces that they dislike or disagree with. It's a language trick.
I also know that there's been, TikTok posts and stuff like that on my TikTok. Again, I don't run my TikTok. I don't have it on my phone, but I've also asked my social media manager to stop posting TikToks for a while. And also I just
TikTok is garbage.
Very bad for me. I stay off of it. I have a lot of pieces in place of other people that manage those things.
Apparently not. You're this wound up over this.
I'll say it again. There's not one.
Because like for me, I generally stay off social media too. Like I went and I saw that one art picture I had like 8 million views. I was like, damn, that shit must have made people mad. I guess I'm gonna play some Digimon.
Yeah.
Like that's what actually staying off social media means.
Yep, I'll go on social media and I see what's going on in the news and I'll comment about it, laugh at some people, and then I hop off. And anybody who's mad at me, fuck them. And like everything that I see that used to make me mad whenever I'd read social media, it does not affect me anymore. Now I just laugh.
You will never have control over your relationship with social media when you apply false controls to yourself.
Uh-huh.
Restraint is the only real control that you can have. You can't put a lot...
Also, a change in mindset, probably, when you're reading the internet. I think it really helps that I'm a Christian, because, like, I'm in the world, not of it, so everything that's happening here kind of doesn't matter to me. I'm just waiting to be called home, and I'm doing my best to bring as many people to the light as possible with me.
Over it. You can't... Oh, I'm going to restrict...
And I'm kind of harsh about it, but, I'm always here with my hand extended for anybody who needs help.
App or anything like that. The moment that you have self-control is the moment you can have something in front of you and you choose not to do it. If you can't do that, you don't have self-control. That's it.
Person that has been sent a cease and desist from me because I was talking about my music. I was talking about my unreleased music that a lot of people have worked on, and I was trying to protect that.
You wouldn't believe how many people post about the fan art thing? Absolutely astonished the amount of NPC Twitter users that did not understand the joke. It's just stupid. Who cares? Who gives a shit? That's what they do. They're dumb. What are you gonna get mad about an idiot?
You leaked it though? Yes, to 2,000 people watching live, which is something I've done many times.
Yeah.
I didn't leak it. I didn't leak my music.
You leaked it because you put it on the internet on a live broadcast. Like anything that you here's a little tip, guys. If you don't want something to be on the internet, don't put it on the internet.
Yep. But dude, even when I was a kid, my grandpa would tell me everything that you put on the internet lasts forever. You can't get rid of it because even if you delete it, it ends up somewhere. And this was back in like 2002, man. But my grandpa had been on the internet since basically it started because he was in the military in a tech branch of, what was it? Was it the Air Force or what? I think he might have started with the Navy and then moved on to the Air Force. I don't remember, but he definitely was in the Air Force. But he was driving around a giant computer that was an RV in Vietnam.
So, like, let me give you an example. If you stream something and you don't want the VOD uploaded, you shouldn't have streamed it. That's it. And this isn't like a mistake, right? Like, you know, like somebody accidentally, you know, has like a nip slip or something like that, or, you know, the I Show Meats situation. Like, we're not talking about a mistake. I mean, you went into it, you were planning on singing. Like, you knew what you were going to do. It's not like this was a mistake that just got uploaded randomly. No.
To upload it onto YouTube or for other people to make money off of it. That's not what I was doing. I sang it to my audience that I had. I would hope that no one would go against what I'm sharing.
Welcome to the internet. People are shit.
Yeah. I don't know what this is about.
Yeah, that sucks. Even people right now saying I'm focusing or I'm faking my voice sucks, but this is all I can do. So
yeah,
it's never going to be enough.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys.
Cool.
Great.
For those of you that
good talk.
Awesome. Didn't get anything done.
Yep.
All right, it's time to go, I think.
That's what I thought.
Regardless, I'm happy to have apologized to those who deserve an apology.
No, they don't. Nope.
They deserve a spot in a padded room.
Yep. They're fucking
in
insane.
a padded room so they can just bounce around.
They're deranged.
That way everybody else in the world can live in a utopia.
Yeah, these are the same people that scream about Harry Potter.
See, if I ever become president, I'm going to go back in time and find every single person that wrote one of these hate threads, and I'm going to commit them to a mental institution. And we are going to live in the most golden age that you could. It's going to be like the Jetsons. Like, people are going to have flying cars and shit. Like, you don't even have to worry about, like, anything, bro. Like, you're going to go to CVS, and nothing is going to be behind a jewel case. Because we're just gonna put them all in jail. Put all the crazy people in jail. That means that problem solved.
Yep, put them on the moon. We're at that level. We'll be able to build a prison asylum thing on the moon. Stick them all there. Or, you know, move all the normal people out of Australia and just start moving crazy people to Australia again.
It's that easy.
Or the Virgin
You
Islands.
don't have to take it. I understand.
Duh. Still have 5-foot receipts? No.
And
No more receipts. You know what you bought.
thanks for watching, I suppose.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I will see you guys
Man,
another time.
that was bad.
I don't know when,
Yep.
but I'll see you guys another time. But
Absolutely embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, I really think that, I mean, it's just, that was not good. Like, I understand why she felt like she had to apologize, but I think that in doing so, all you did is give the most mentally ill, dishonest, aggressive, angry, unhappy, mentally fucking retarded, fucking people. And so, how come you partially apologize?
Yeah, deranged, evil, leftoid freaks.
Your statement, this sort of statement is different, meaning different people. How come you can partially apologize? Well, I mean, like, the thing is that it's okay to apologize for shit if you think you did something wrong, but let's be honest, it's not like she's gonna really do anything different, right? And so, like, it's not, what's she gonna do, cut off her dad now? No, she's gonna live and do the same thing that she already did. Like, I think that an apology without...
She apologized pretty much that people felt bad. That's what that apology was for.
Out changed behavior isn't...
Yeah, and those people that felt bad, they're gonna keep feeling bad about everything because that's what they do.
An apology. That's my opinion, right? So, like, just stand by what you believe in and say, this is what I think. So, and there's nothing... Why is there a nail in my pocket? God, there's
What
a
the
nail in
fuck?
my pocket. I wonder if this tastes like a...
Are we the same person?
Maybe I should eat it.
This was in my
there's a
pocket
nail
too.
in- I don't know what this is. Yeah.
That's why it's on the
Damn.
table
Okay.
over here.
Well, I think it's because I was probably. This is. I know why, but I forgot about it.
Yeah, I know why I have a nail. This is actually my tamper. Oh, where'd it go? Well, I had a tobacco pipe somewhere, and it's a really cool one. I don't know what I did with it. I probably put it away. Oh boy, and you think the QTCinderella drama was insane with that fake apology? That you're apologizing for basically nothing, and she's not going to change anything. So it was just kind of a non-apology. Dude, so bad. But it gets much worse in the streaming space. They have actually lost their minds. Let's go. It's probably something to do with Hasan and Ludwig and Valkyrae and a whole bunch of other streamers. Fuck them.
Is so legendary. I'm posting on my birthday in today's video.
Oh, happy birthday.
Hasan is now crying that he's being isolated from his streamer friend group. He's
Wah.
making fun of all of his ops, calling them PDF file Nazi Israel supporters.
Dude, of course, every time. And like, why does he say that thinking that it's actually going to get to anybody? The more we get called these things, the more we embrace it, the more we make fun of you for calling us that.
He's now implying that white people genetically want more racism? He's now bragging about his political...
Dude, that is the most racist shit that I've ever heard.
Science degree, saying that he's the only one qualified to talk about this stuff. Modern day Socrates, XQC, is cooking Hasan, telling him to read a book. Queen of Simps, Pokimane, is back and is getting backlash for her comments with Nina Lynn, someone who essayed a guy on stream. Disguised Toast from Offline TV has shared his story of being essayed. NPC streamer Valkyrae has responded to the drama where she's calling out QT for being too white. Ethan is hilariously cooking the entire Hasan Orbiter squad. Subscribe for a slice of my birthday cake, or you get diabetes. Also, I'm 25 now, if you're curious.
Damn. He's way younger than I thought. I mean, he doesn't look like he's older. I thought he looked young for being 30.
Now
25.
let's begin. So Hasan apparently zapped his dog and we had a ton of stuff go down, right? So now Hasan is crying that he's being isolated from his streamer friend group. Hasan thinks people...
They weren't your friends in the fucking first place. It's all just like, they're a bunch of clout goblins.
are trying to isolate him due to his politics.
Having normal
That's because your politics is to support terrorism
relationships with people who are not like
and be racist.
outwardly political content creators, for example, can also help many find communities like this one. It's been very effective, and it's been especially effective. If it wasn't, then the right wing and these like dipshit, incel, racist, transphobic people wouldn't be actively trying to make me into a toxic person that is irredeemable, and even
You are a toxic person.
go after my friends who have nothing to do with politics at all.
But they keep bringing themselves into politics. You act like being a leftoid freak isn't political.
They do that so that I am isolated in general, because they realize that if I'm not isolated and I have normal relationships with these other communities, then their fan bases will be much more charitable to my worldview, and God forbid, maybe even change their perspective. Judy's problem is unrelated to you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not very familiar with what happened. I'm just fucking...
He's not familiar with what happened anywhere at any time. He just makes shit up constantly.
talking about my own principles that I oftentimes repeat to an audience that doesn't want to.
Classic Hasan. I don't know what happened, but let me just make it about me anyways, right? This guy will never change. I swear to God, dude. Also, yes, you got it. We
Like actual fucking narcissism, man.
don't want regular people who do like gaming content, for example, to be corrupted by your terrorist glazing ass, right? They might not be as familiar with the Hasan Piker playbook, you know, the cult-like techniques this psychopath employs in order to brainwash people, right? You gotta be an avid Pegasus viewer to actually recognize the bullshit immediately. I mean, is it really a shock that we want to protect people from you because you're literally an extremist radical who advocates murder and cozies up to terrorists? Tecton responds, Hasan, you told Asmongold that he was responsible for his own mother's death. We don't like you because you're a piece of shit.
fucking
Nux
based.
responds, going after people for being friends with terrorists and animal abusers is very reasonable, actually. True.
Yeah, I get that. Very true. But also, why are you getting mad on the internet, bro?
Decoy Voice says, knew it. His fans won't care if he shocks his dog, but his friends' fans will, so they'll distance themselves. And their side doesn't need proof, just emotion. Activated the trap card, victim card. When a guy tries to play victim, use this card and they are exposed because they aren't a victim. Use this card to avoid facts, logic, and approaches to discredit your victim agenda. Trying to make me into a toxic person. Somebody buy him a mirror. Oh, I'm sure his house is filled with mirrors. This absolute fucking narcissist. Right, so then Hasan starts making fun of his ops. Hasan throws shade at a tweet containing some of his enemies, says that random people on the street would be shocked by them.
Oh, this was my favorite. I saw this tweet. I couldn't believe it. They were gamers, anime and manga fans, and pop culture commentators who never touch politics. But as the world drifted from truth and woke politics invaded our hobbies, many content creators turned political to defend their passions. Leftists, thriving on lies and disinformation, hate it when apolitical people join the fray.
Here we fucking go. He is doing this. He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing that this post was pointing out. Like, can you not be self-aware for fucking 5 seconds?
Facing death threats, false allegations, and insane propaganda from the mentally unwell and are labeled grifters. As George Orwell puts it, George Orwell, the further a society drifts from the truth, the more it will hate those who speak it. More people are getting red pilled daily, unable to tolerate the nonsense promoted by mainstream news. So when I first saw this, I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought this person was
Of course he did. Because you are exactly the people that we talk about.
like making a joke collage to make fun of these fucking losers, right? Nope. Turns out
These are the leaders of our culture.
is something that this person genuinely believes, and it turns out that like this is how the fandom of these content creators also see themselves as. Every single person on this list, if you were to try to explain their positions to a random person in the real world, or what they do, or
Yeah, if you are a leftoid trying to explain the positions of right-wing people, of course the people you're talking to, they're gonna think that the people you're talking about are insane because you think they're insane, and that's how you're gonna explain it to them that these people are insane because you're fucking insane.
the space that they occupy online, most people in the real world would look at you like, what do you mean a cartoon pedophile Nazi that defends
See, that's the problem. You tell them that, and they think that because they have no other context.
Israel unconditionally is constantly talking about, you know, video games not serving his sexual desires and how this is a grand scheme by woke. What? Get a fucking life, man. I want this on the record. I'm a sexless 39-year-old Warhammer nerd who's not angry at women or really at anything. Every time I see one of these hateful fucks, I'm so grateful that I'm not built like that. My advice to young men, just be normal and relax. Yes.
Okay, first.
Yeah, being normal is calling for the death of political figures, apparently, and laughing about when it actually happens.
A Hasan chatter telling anyone to be normal, that's hilarious. Good one, buddy. Maybe become a comedian after that one, pal.
Like, bro, I feel like I'm going insane sometimes. Because that's how insane Hasan is. It's like it's fucking contagious.
A good joke. Second off, that collage of people, let's see, we had Asmongold, Tectone, Ethan, Nux, a bunch of VTubers, basically a bunch of people
Grums.
who speak out against Hasan, right? And maybe the tweet is a little cringe, but Hasan's response
I thought it was perfect.
is to call them cartoon PDF file Nazi Israel dick writer. I mean, come on. I assume that one is directed at Nux because that's usually who he goes after. It's like the easiest target to instantly slander, instantly get a one-up because Hasan's community is already like primed against people like him or Tectone. But I find it hilarious.
And it really doesn't help that Nux is a Jew. Because Hasan hates Jews. You know why? Because he's racist.
This guy is talking about the real world. Bro actually thinks that he's the one with the majority opinion. He legitimately thinks the entire world is filled with terrorist glazers. I mean, how much of an echo chamber must you actually be in? Your views are barely popular in America, let alone the rest of the world, which I assure you does not agree with you at all. In fact, we find you quite fucking insane as an outsider myself in Singapore. I've never encountered a absolute psychopath such as this man ever, IRL. And the thing is, he can only exist on the internet where he can sort of gather the biggest crazies in the world in one place. And I guess in certain portions of America, which are basically insane asylums. Pegasus POV that he didn't make the list. Okay, I'm not losing sleep over this, not gonna lie. But dude, the only reason Hasan even read that tweet is because it doesn't mention me. If I was in that tweet, he would not be reading it because this man is fucking terrified. He knows that I'll get 50 more episodes off of him. And honestly, I gotta be like the rank #1 hater, bro. Hating on my birthday. That is diabolical, alright? Although I don't consider it hating, I consider it a public service, honestly, okay?
True.
Somebody
Thank you for your service.
gotta expose the bad guys, alright? It's a good thing.
Well, really, I'd be doing the same thing, but the people I react to, they just kind of make it easier for me because they put all this stuff together. So I don't have to. But if they didn't exist, then I'd be putting it together myself.
Yeah, Hasan watchers are definitely normal, everyday people in the
Because it's so easy to find all this stuff on X and compile it.
real world. This Regard needs a reality check. He would be shocked when people think about that shit he believes. Is this the same guy? And we got Hasan in an alternate universe. Hasan when he inevitably marries Froggen. This is gonna be him.
Yeah, the problem with this right here for Hasan is if Hasan sees this, he will be offended by it. If somebody made a meme like this of me, I'd be posting it everywhere because this shit's fucking hilarious. That was the whole thing with the JD Vance meme. Like, the left created it thinking that we'd be mad because they're making a ridiculous picture using AI of JD Vance, and we took it and ran with it, man. And they fucking hate it. They hate that they don't know how to meme, and we just take their memes and make it a meme that like the fact that they can't meme.
BM. Moving on to Hasan talking about Japan. So context, a YouTuber made a video talking about Japan and it changing. Apparently
Here we
wasn't
go.
entirely honest and
The only reason he's talking about Japan, we all know why. If you don't know, the Prime Minister of Japan is right-wing and is a woman who likes metal music.
Chris Broad called her out for lying or misrepresenting the truth. Now Hasan weighs in. Hasan's political commentary about white people in Japan.
Japan's biggest nightlife district, with a reputation for being dirty and gritty, filming bin bags, litter, and homeless people. In the short-form content, the same videos show the litter being intercut at times with foreign tourists, who are queuing unremarkably to take a photo of the Toho Godzilla statue. Although the angle of the statue...
Bro, what is with white people?
And we're the racists. You see? You see?
Like, they have to, wherever they go, they have to do Oliveira style videos, I think. Like, is that just like an epigenetic thing? Like, what the f going on? Everywhere you go, you got to be like, listen, this place is racist, but not racist enough for my taste, okay?
I don't even know what to say about that.
Like,
you know.
Complaining about foreigners in Japan as a foreigner is the most insane thing I can think of. Brother, you're the foreigner. Like, what are you talking about? They're like, hey, these guys are pretty racist, pretty xenophobic, but honestly, they could go harder.
Right. So it's a genetic thing for white people to want things to be more racist. So this guy, instead of doing
the left wants to cancel people for racism, but whenever they're actually racist, they don't actually get canceled. They want to call people racist and cancel the people they call racist, but the actual racists they don't cancel. Because they would 1000% cancel Hasan. But he's racist against white people, and that's okay.
simple thing and saying, okay, well, this is wrong. Oh, she lied about this story, etc., etc. He just has to make it about race, right? Buddy is just like his girlfriend, Valkyrae. Oh, the white people, guys. Oh my god, you're just too white. I mean, he literally said it's epigenetic. Dude, how can you be saying that? Also, my god, Schrodinger's Turk, back at it again, color changing like a fucking chameleon. This guy cannot decide if he's white or brown or something in between. He is in a complete perpetual...
He's racially ambiguous.
identity crisis, and he just switches every single day to whatever is convenient. One day he's using his white privilege, and the other day he's just completely against white people. Oh my god, they're so racist. Eagle One, target has changed identifier again, no longer white. Switch to infrared and keep on him, over. The idea that he doesn't know he's white is pretty funny though. Dude said he was born in New Jersey. Stop abusing dogs. Gaia just, oh my god, this picture is so sad. What the heck? Poor Gaia. From the fridge to the TV. Didn't this goofy goober who's also white go to Japan with all his white friends? He's race fluid and switches depending on the situation. Schrodinger's... What? Okay, now you have to admit, everybody's a Pegasus fan. Like, come on, guys, we're just everywhere. Now, I want you guys to remember what he said. Foreigners complaining about foreigners in Japan is the dumbest thing ever, right? Here's Hasan on the Trash Taste podcast.
Since, I'll say this much. Since the last time I've been in Japan, this is my third time now.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot more fucking white people out here.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't like it.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, he is straight up a fucking racist.
There's a white guy living here. You don't get to say
I
that,
don't
all right?
like it. Okay.
I feel that. Okay, I feel that when you show up.
Interesting, Hasan. So when you say it, it's completely fine, but when others say it, it's the dumbest thing ever. I mean, it's actually insane how much of a hypocrite this guy is, but he forgot what he said in the past and immediately tried to take the high road. And we got the clips. We always got the clips. Now listen to his justification here of why he's tired of white people.
Like, I say this because, like, the last 2 times I've been here, like, you know, I get stopped every now and then. This time, it is literally like Los Angeles. Like, if I go out in LA and I'm like doing something in public, it's just like people constantly come up.
Right.
It's crazy. Maybe because we're in Shibuya.
Right. So Hasan is just so popular, guys.
Yeah, that's what it's like whenever you go to a tourist destination in Japan. You're gonna see tourists, and there's a lot of white people in the world. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
That he just cannot take a single step in Japan without 50 people just coming up to him, right? Yeah, I'm not buying that shit, pal. That is a load of baloney, and you know it. You don't have motion in Japan, okay? This guy can't even get more views than a slaptuber making fun of him. It's actually embarrassing. Biggest leftist streamer, political commentator who prides himself in this position gets bodied by a guy making videos for fun. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't PewDiePie like specifically move to Japan so that he, you know, doesn't get stopped by so many people, so he gets less attention as well? There's obviously a bunch of other reasons as well, but that was one of it, that, you know, he's not constantly getting recognized, right? And if you're telling me someone as popular as PewDiePie with 100 million subscribers can go to Japan in order to not get recognized by a bunch
Yeah, Hasan's just full of shit. He thinks he's the greatest thing on earth, and if 2 people walk up to him, even if like 2 people walk up to him not knowing who he is just to say something, and then he's like, 50 people walked up to me because they know who I am, they watch my stream,
people and actually have peace. Apparently Hasan is more popular than PewDiePie, guys. He's just like that, you know? He just has that much motion. Everybody's a fan. He can't take a single step, actually. Bro was just trying to sound cool in front of his friends there. But what ended up happening is that this guy got banned from their podcast because he's that controversial.
Yep.
Absolutely cooked. Moving on to...
Didn't they have to do an apology? They had to come out and apologize because they didn't realize how fucking ridiculous Hasan and his audience are.
Hasan talking about his credentials. Hasan shouts out China for now requiring a degree to do political commentary. Right, so we got this tweet.
Oh yeah, yep, just totally. He always has the anti-America take, the anti-freedom take.
They're saving themselves from unnecessary drama. China now regulates influencers. Only those with university degrees can discuss professional topics.
And the only reason he agrees with this is because he has a degree. And let me tell you something. A degree doesn't mean shit. Really, like in China, you know what that means? That anybody that they want to speak is who is allowed to speak.
Actually, my Bilibili career is not over at all. You know, it's ironic because, like, this actually works in my favor. Like, if I was
Of course it does. Yeah, you're going to be in support of something that works in your favor.
Obviously, they don't really do a lot of political commentary, I don't think, on social media. But, like, even if they were to allow professional political commentary only, I have the proper accreditation for it. I'm one of the very few people on the internet that quite literally does have the proper accreditation for it. I literally went to college for this. and got a degree for this specifically, not realizing one day that I would actually use it, but this is my double major. Okay, I double major graduated with poli-sci and comms degrees. So ironically enough,
If you say poli-sci instead of political science, yeah, you've already lost me. Like, even if I know nothing about you, if you say poli-sci, no, I'm fucking out. That shit is cringe.
I'm very capable of doing this. So this doesn't harm me.
Bro, I've seen people who graduate from college. I know people who graduated from college with, I know a doctor, man, and that dude's fucking retarded. I would not go to him.
At all. And I think it's actually a decent job. This is a decent thing to do. It's probably one of the most like they see what the fuck's going on all around the world on the internet, and they're like, we want to make sure that we can stamp out misinformation before it becomes a
That's
major
not what they're
issue.
doing,
So
bro.
you
They are sowing a narrative. They don't want people to go outside their narrative, and that's what you do also. You would really like to be one of these leaders like in China.
got your degree? No, I graduated with honors, big dog. Actually.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. This guy absolutely loves and glazes anything that is not America. Now, from what I understand, this is basically just sort of, restrictions on free speech, right? And Hasan goes,
Hasan loves it as long as it's not restricting his free speech.
me up, and this guy claims to love free speech or whatever. As long as he is the
Everything he says is a fucking lie.
only one who can speak, that is perfect, right? He doesn't care about anything else. Also, this bumbling moron doesn't realize that this is actually the biggest argument against college, because the fact that Hasan has a degree in political science,
And graduated with honors,
right? And
according
is
to
this
him.
fucking brain dead. He's like the #1 advertisement against college, because how the hell did they let you pass? I mean, it begs the question, what did you even learn there? Like how to do nonstop propaganda and lie about every news story ever? I mean, even Jellywig got a degree in journalism, right? And he obviously sucks at reporting stories as well when it involves Daddy Hasan there. So, I mean, I feel like in these cases, they're just meaningless, right? Obviously, in a bunch of cases, they can be useful, but yeah, you bragging about your degree is not doing much here. This isn't the endorsement for college he thinks it is. As a biology degree holder, he's not even capable of wiping his own ass. And it was obligatory, ha ha ha. Hasan is proof that political science is a degree that should earn you a job at Starbucks. Moving on to Genius Scholar XQC telling Hasan to read a book? Oh my god.
Racist, as a matter of fact. Okay? And not a single fucking person spoke.
Guys, I don't want to be a nerd. Okay? But Hasan thinks that diminishing somebody for the color of their skin, if it's white, isn't racism. And then he makes something that is either a religion or somewhere you're born into racism. I feel like Hasan needs to maybe, I don't get me wrong, open up maybe a book. I said it. I'm rude today. I'm gonna say it. I think maybe perhaps it's time to get a book with actual pages, made of paper, and actually read a few lines of that book that would explain the differentiation between religion, ethnicity, race, country of origin, the distinction in between those terms.
Yeah, I mean, you're cooked when XQC is telling you to read a book. Absolute cinema. Did I lie when I said that he's the modern day Socrates? I mean, look at him. The knowledge is just radiating. I'm becoming smarter just listening to him, actually, right?
The worst thing is that I think that XQC is an absolute normal ass retard. And that's what makes him so dangerous to people like Hasan, because he's just gonna have the normal take that normal people have.
I might start eating my toenails. I hear it boosts IQ points by 50, right? But yeah, Hasan, read a book, dumbass. Moving on to the original hated streamer, Pokimane. She's back. Context, so basically the streamer named Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer SA'd a guy on stream. They held him down, did a bunch of shit, and she got a 1-day ban for this, right? I can't show this. It is
almost 2 days, almost.
really, really bad, but is 100% SA. Technically, way worse than the Emiru misgift situation.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's on video, it is captured, it is indisputable. But the only thing is, it's a guy getting SA'd, so therefore nobody cares, right? Anyways, here's Pokey chilling with her, having a blast.
Wow.
Oh no.
Wow.
Pokimane asked Nina Lynn what her type of man is. Oh god. Any
This happened after the SA situation?
length of time that she's banned for, that is not a permanent ban. The person who is the victim right here says thank you.
Silk here now. Nobody making fun of you ever again, you heard?
You guys literally saved me. I'm not even joking.
Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy. Why was he a bitch?
So she's saying that it's embarrassing for him that these two girls went up to him and assaulted him.
They get emotional and cry. Stop being a crybaby.
Yeah, on camera, in front of millions of people. Probably wasn't that at first, but it became millions.
You a puss. Okay. So then when they fight
I cannot wait to see the video of her crying about her career getting destroyed by this.
Nope. She was just unbanned after less than 2 days. And now people have found out she was streaming with Pokimane earlier this month. For context, the assault
okay, this was before.
incident was months back.
I'm sorry, I'm bracing myself because
so this was after.
I have to listen to her voice.
My type is the obeying type. I need obeying. Shut up when you need to. Make sure my business is running good. Your wallet's my wallet. My wallet's my wallet. Yeah. Any girls you talk to better be your sister or your mom. Other than that, don't talk to them too much either. Location is always on, and I have
Is that a dude? She sounds like a dude.
air tag in your car without you knowing.
People have preferences?
Yeah. And then if we do fuck, it's for breeding purposes only. I swear to God.
Again, this was months after she assaulted the guy.
Brothers or homies that to check in with me.
Well, I guess ever since she wasn't able to beat her brother, she needs a replacement. Yeah, wait, what?
My little brother, he was like 6. So I beat him until he was like 15 or 13. Child Protective Services came. We had to fly to China to evade the police.
So Pokimane goes and she tweets out some bullshit. Believe victims. Now,
Yeah, believe victims. Holy shit, dude.
let's go and look and see if Pokimane has made a tweet at all about the Nina Lynn. Not a single thing. So she ain't seen it. She ain't said a single fucking thing about this. Meanwhile, she talking about believe victims. You say shit like this, but you don't really believe it. And you use these
Yep, it's a fucking virtue signal. Like we've been saying, these people are a bunch of corporate fucking freaks. They're liars.
different social issues as advertising. It is fake as fuck for you to tweet out but not go out and call out these two girls that are doing it. And do you want to know the reason why? I think the reason why is that these girls are afraid to do it because they're afraid they might get canceled. See this shit, it's so fucking annoying, right? It's so absolutely fucking annoying. And I am so glad to see that it is finally Ouroborosing itself. I have been waiting. I used to pray for times like this.
Yeah, that Nina person seems like an absolute psychopath. Just disgusting. Mistreating her brother.
Yep, fits right in. Fits right in with the Hasan crowd.
Committing essay on camera. Then afterwards says it's embarrassing for the guy. I mean, just imagine the roles are reversed, right? A guy pinned a girl down and essayed her on stream. 2 guys actually did that, right? And everybody's just watching. I mean, the guys would definitely be on jail since it's captured on camera, completely ostracized from every community. Nina is just a horrible, trashy person who deserves to lose her career completely. And the fact that Twitch just did not take any action. 1-day ban. SA is equal to 1-day ban. I mean, you just can't make...
Yep, and Tectone gets banned for up to 30 days. He literally got banned for 30 days, in total, for mean words. 2 weeks for calling Frogan fat. Like, holy shit, man.
Shit up anymore. It's like they have
Dude, Twitch is so fucked.
Fucking monkey working there, right? And the amount of people just getting exposed for this heinous type of shit is just not normal, bro. Streamers are not normal people. These are like the worst kinds of people on the planet.
Yeah, you don't say. Like, all that they've done their entire adult lives was try and get as many fans, as many views, as much clout as possible. That's all that they're obsessed with is money. Money, 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 and popularity.
Pokimane is becoming the next generation's version of The View. They take calling someone fat more serious than SA. Calling someone fat 2-week ban. Never call friggin' molecularly expensive, atomically dense, giganormous Rex. Never do that, guys. You'll get a 2-week ban on Twitch. Pokimane only cares about SA if it happens to a woman. She never cared about real victims. This is the thing. She is one of those like fake feminists who's essentially just trying to push her own agenda and essentially try to gain power wherever she can, inserting herself into these communities and pretending to virtue signal and care about shit. Stuff like, oh yeah, we hate rich people while being fucking worth $20 million. It's just crazy. Believe victims that fit in my worldview. Men, nope, cannot be victims. So our ideal relationship is a hostage situation. Charming. She's deeply messed up in the head. She belongs in prison. Imagine unironically watching Pokimane. I'd rather go to work. That is crazy. SA does not matter if it happens to a man. Sad truth in society. The fact that Twitch, you like did not even recognize this until people started sort of bringing up the clips is just yeah, that is sad, man. Moving on.
I think they were hoping that people forgot about the whole situation, but we're not forgetting. It's just another stone that's stepping them off a fucking cliff.
The streamer Disguised Toes from Offline TV talking about how Nina essayed him as well. Resurfaced clip shows Nina Lynn essaying Disguised Toes. How many victims does she have? And I can't play this obviously, but Disguised Toes gets on a massage table wanting to get massaged or whatever. Nina Lynn randomly takes over and then starts massaging his butt, and he's like clearly uncomfortable, and like there's a bunch of IRL streamers filming him. He obviously doesn't want to like ruin the mood or whatever. Extra Emily is cheering this on because she's a fucking idiot moron.
Yep, she's actually fucking brain dead. She's just another one. Unfortunately, she's too stupid to do anything else.
Just sort of watching this happen, letting it happen, crazy. Toast responds, this clip is going around with the recent convo, so I'll address it. I was trying to get a massage from the physical therapist when Nina, an IRL streamer I've never met, pushed aside the therapist, started grabbing at my ass when I was already laid on the table. I felt pressure to go along with it because 3 IRL streamer cameras pointed at my face, also being at a sponsored event. I did not want to escalate the situation. I was extremely uncomfortable the whole time. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? A guy pushes the physical therapist out of the way, starts grabbing a girl's ass on camera in front of everybody, and you have extra Emily, hee, you're so funny, like disgusting, just disgusting. Definitely should have said something in the moment and regret not doing so, and honestly a little ashamed of myself for not speaking up, because I know if I ever spoke about it again in the future, people will say, well, you should have stopped it then. Note, I don't agree with the quoted tweet using derogatory term to describe Nina. They basically call her a man. I just blocked it out. I'm so sorry this happened to you. This is uncomfortable and wrong. We got Sidion saying, I'm proud of you for speaking up about your experience and so sorry it happened in the first place. Feelings of shame are so common but not welcome. There's so many factors that go into feeling like you can't speak up. I'm incredibly proud of you. Sorry, Toe, she's already served her 1-day ban. Thank you, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy.
Yep, it's like that SpongeBob meme when well, they lock him up, and he's like, all right. And then they open up the jail cell. You did your time.
Really loves. His favorite streamer is Extra Emily, filming this nicely, just laughing. But for real, what a maniac. How hard is it to keep your hands to yourself? These people are disgusting, man. They just don't know personal boundaries, nothing like that. Literally doing this to a stranger, by the way. Like, even if you knew this person is very weird, but a complete stranger, just because they're another streamer. Dan Clancy, waiting for his turn, of course. Hello, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy here.
I don't know. She's probably a little bit too manly and probably a little bit too old for him.
Oh, Toast, I wish I was you. Oh, how I wish I was you. My God. Why are you complaining about this? Don't you like girls touching you? What are you, gay, Toast? I, ultimate gooning lord, actually love all the egos. Please massage me. Me instead. It should have been me. Anyways, I want streamers to feel comfortable on my platform. I will be banning her immediately. For 1 day, sucker. Just let me know when her day off is, actually. Dan Clancy out. Dan, get the hell out of here, bro. Oh my God, every time. Moving on to FanFan's response. FanFan gets emotional talking about the Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer situation.
Oh, here we go.
I just think it was so awful to watch, and they were saying like he likes it, and they were saying like, oh well, it's a or Nina said.
Am I becoming a fan of FanFan? I've heard 2 amazing takes from her recently.
Like
ever since TwitchCon.
And I forget who, but Nina was like, it's embarrassing for guys to be assaulted. It's he should be embarrassed as a man. And then I saw people like commenting, being like, oh, it's so triggering. People commenting like how is he as a man unable to push two girls off of him? Like, he's clearly laughing in the clip. He's not. How the fuck was she supposed to know he was uncomfortable? But they've never. What? Like, this is literally why men don't come out about being assaulted. Like, how are you gonna? He was like repeatedly saying no in the clip as well, and like that is more than a lot of people can do.
Yep, and also if he would have done anything and pushed them off, then it would have immediately been the story was that he assaulted two girls that were just having fun and dancing. Like, that's immediately what the leftoid freak story would be.
Situations, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is like a well-known thing. Men's essays just not taken seriously at all. There's always going to be a bunch of regards in the comments going, well, he probably liked it. He probably liked it, even though he said he was uncomfortable and didn't like it and thought it was completely weird or whatever. You know, I've seen those stories of like a 30-year-old female teacher like a 15-year-old child in school, and the comments 100% of the time will have a bunch of guys going, I wish it was me, lucky guy, etc., right? And yeah, they're just completely brain dead morons, obviously. And some women as well will not take it seriously. There'll be a bunch of OF bots being like, oh, I would have done the same. Like, just complete degenerates all around. We live in a weird ass society. Moving on to Valkyrae. She has responded to the situation where she was calling QT too white, and she's instantly deleted her response.
You're also the whitest woman I know. You know, you being so white.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense because she is dating Hasan, who is racist against white people. So, of course, she's also going to be racist against white people.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help.
Now, Valkyrae responded to the Twitter backlash. There's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and helping them understand where their privilege comes from in
you got white privilege.
Regards to situations.
Where's my white
may
privilege?
Have not personally experienced that others suffer from. And lots of privilege obviously comes from being white. Never thought I'd be accused for being racist against white people when the clip is clearly out of context. There's no way. This is literally the Hasan Piker playbook. It's out of context. You gotta watch my 700 streams. Anyways, filming Wine About It pod right now with QT, my white friend that I love very much, lol. Stream resumes tomorrow. Now, what I find interesting is I can't find this tweet. It's been deleted already. So, interesting. It's like you can't stand.
Yeah, probably because she got ratioed for being racist against white people.
By anything you're saying. So like,
I can't be racist against white people. I have white friends.
What's the point of even saying it? Except it wasn't a conversation with her friend and she didn't help her understand anything. She virtue signaled, saying what she knew her audience would like by throwing her friend under the bus on stream, not saying this in private. Difference between performance and opinion. Helping them understand where their privilege comes from. What in the actual frick, it sounds so bad. Hey whitey, let me tell you why you're wrong. They always have the most condescending, annoying ass language, treating you like
they also wouldn't be friends if they didn't work together as top streamers in LA.
Actual animal who doesn't understand anything. It's so freaking annoying. This statement is more racist than the previous one. This I assume is
dude, these people are fucking brain dead.
Why she actually deleted it. She got more backlash. Wade responds, the dunce threw her friend to the wolves to pass a Twitch purity test, then doubled down and grouped all white people together to lecture us how privileged we are, as she has more privilege than 99% of white people on earth. Racism from the ivory tower. What a piece of shit. Yup, pretty much, dude. My opinion of Valkyrae has dropped so far. This is what happens when you get involved with Hasan, bro. I've been warning everybody. Nobody listens. My god. Right, so there's also this quote. Valkyrae defends QT against fake ally allegations by saying that she has gay friends.
By your own logic, that makes no fucking sense. Because you're racist against white people, but you have white friends. Like, that makes no sense.
She is not a fake ally. Do not say that. Do not say that. Her co-host is gay. Hello? She has gay friends. Okay? I think that she's being... The way she spoke about it was poor. I deleted my tweet because it reached real Nazis.
Oh, here we go.
Real sexist people, real transphobic people, real hatred people. It almost gave them like something to huddle up to. I've never once declined my privilege. I've always, I think anyone that knows me and anyone that's watched me knows that I always talk about my own privilege.
Yeah, we can tell. We really can tell that you can't stop talking about privilege.
I always do. I always do. People were calling me the N-word. That's how crazy it got.
What? People are calling me mean names. If you say the N-word, then you're a Nazi.
Also white. I'm a white person.
That doesn't, okay. Oh, okay, that means fucking nothing.
half German. I'm half German.
Yeah, that's why it sounded so stupid, because you were trying to pretend you're not a white person and you're saying this from like a third party or whatever. Also, I love the defense of like, she has gay friends. Like, aren't you the people who specifically say that's not a defense? You can't just say you're not racist, you have black friends, right? That is literally them doing that all the time. Now, again,
I have black friends and I am racist. I'm not actually racist. I just like racist jokes. And so do they. That's how it works, man. That's how real people speak to each other. We're not always validating each other's feelings.
I was actually on QT's side in that situation, despite not even liking her, right?
Yeah, and then she came out and did that fake-ass apology for no reason.
I don't think she should disown her dad for being like a boomer or saying something that she thought was transphobic, or that she should not hang out with the phase guys for making a joke where they're like acting like girls, and that's apparently homophobic when it's just not, it's just a funny joke or whatever. I think that entire situation is just
Yeah, leftoid freaks. They can't meme. They can't joke. They're not funny. All they do is fucking get mad at everything, get upset and cry. And call people racist and Nazis.
Really, really dumb. And she's obviously playing victim, going like, people are calling me the N-word, guys. I can't believe this is happening to me. I can't believe you're complaining about that when there's a genocide going on. My God,
Right?
Valkyrae. Check your privilege. Check your privilege. Also, just that response is so dumb. I always say how privileged I am, guys. I always, like, really? That just makes you an annoying piece of shit, honestly. Yes, it's good to acknowledge that you're in a privileged position every now and then, but constantly bringing it up and sort of making it your identity is just really stupid, and constantly, like, walking on eggshells being like, I have to police everything I say, every word I say because I'm white, or I'm a particular race, or I'm this type of person. It's just annoying. It's just annoying.
Yeah, she's got to project this certain personality that's completely fucking manufactured to her audience, so she can curate an audience, so she can stay a top streamer and make as much money as possible.
Be a regular person. Stop being an NPC. Right, so Ethan responded to this situation just cooking everyone. He can't believe QT folded a TikTok.
No, you're supporting it? I'm not. I don't support that my father is transphobic at times. I don't support that. I'm not. I don't support it. Period, the end. But I still love my dad and I'll go to coffee with him tomorrow. But I don't support that.
I'll tell you, if I ever caught my dad being homophobic, I would kill him.
That's what they want you to do.
Throat. It's the only appropriate response, because I cannot have people on TikTok mad at me. I will kill my own father if he says one gay joke. That's it. I'm on your guys' side. Trust me.
That's exactly what the leftoid freaks want people to do.
Yeah. And then I'll kill myself. Fuck it. Double murder,
even
suicide.
coming in contact.
I can't live with the shame.
Bro, Ethan is actually funny. So, I mean, he's completely right. It's ridiculous. This just crazy level of purity testing where they want you to, like, report your own dad for, I don't know, making a gay joke. Send him to prison ASAP. I disown him. Never talk to him again. He made a gay joke, guys. No, this is so bad. This is unacceptable. Like, come on. They come from a different time, a different era of the world, right? It's gonna be hard to adapt or whatever, and they're allowed to have their own views as well. So you thinking you're this moral beacon of goodness when you associate with some of the worst people on the planet, I mean, I just can't get over that. Then he calls out Valkyrae.
Like, okay, girl, cool. By the way, I noticed Valkyrie has a bunch of swords on her wall too. Any of them have swastikas on the hilt? Just asking.
Oh man, hey, we got one of those here. We got a sword with a swastika on it, and it's real. It actually came from World War II.
That'll be her anniversary gift.
That would be her what?
Anniversary gift.
Sweetheart, I want you to have this dagger with a swastika on the hilt.
That's a swastika.
She's like, oh, this is the Indian peace sign. He's like, no, this is from Nazi Germany.
Bro, he's on a roll. Now, can you imagine the Hasan Valkyrae anniversary? Honey, can you buy me a new shock collar? This one only goes up to 1 million volts. You know, Kaya doesn't even feel it. Oh my god. I need something that zaps the living shit out of her. I need something that burns her to a crisp. And then Valkyrae responds, did you just ask me to buy a shock collar when there's a genocide going on? I can't believe you've done this, Hasan responds. I'm sorry, Queen. I will be donating $1
I love this narrative.
real quick. And then we have the past
More Pegasus should write a book.
to do anything. In fact, let us both save millions of dollars. I'll just get my community to fundraise, right?
He needs to start writing fan fiction about Hasan.
Let these brokies donate instead of me, right? We are just perfect. We are the perfect couple. I love you, Valkyrae. Nice. Taylor Lorenz watching from the window. It should have been me. Like, oh my god.
Perfect narrative.
Right, so then he calls out
Where's the lie?
Ludwig.
I got close-up pictures of the shock collar on my mother's life. I didn't see prongs. I'm pretty sure.
What's with Ludwig swearing on his mom's life? I've noticed he does that. Like, bro,
it's a common thing, but
I would never swear on my mom or anybody. I would never swear on anybody's life. I don't play like that.
Are you afraid that
I'm not even superstitious?
What does it even mean to swear on someone's life? What the fuck does that mean?
I just think it's disrespectful.
What does it mean?
Strike them dead if you're wrong.
Yeah.
Lying.
Swear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On them? Swear
Strike
on
them dead if you're lying. And now he's like, I swear on my mama's life, it's not a shock collar. She's dead no matter how you cut it. You've just condemned her to hell. Nice job, Ludwig.
Yeah, so swearing on your mother's life means that your mom will be killed if you're lying.
Yeah.
That's really intense, man.
That's what I'm saying. I would never do it. People go, swear on your children's life. I'd be like, bro, I'm not doing that. I'm not, even, you know.
Yep, not fucking with that kind of energy,
I'm
man.
not even gonna joke about that. I would never.
No, Bro, honestly, rip Ludwig's mom. Poor soul has to deal with her idiot son, insistent on gambling her life away, right? I swear Ludwig swearing on his mom just means nothing now. It's like me calling something diabolical. Okay, you know I'm just gonna say that because I like saying that, right? Maybe start swearing on something you value more, like maybe your view count. I swear on my view count. That's gonna be like, they're gonna take that real seriously, right? Because they're fucking streamers. Probably more valuable than a mom, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say I swear on all of the money that I have and make.
Alrighty, guys.
That's what he
I'm
should
not
do.
threatening you to click on a video today. Instead, quick birthday message. Right, so
Woo!
if you just subscribed or if you've been here for years, I
Yeah.
appreciate you, okay? So thanks to you guys, I basically get to live the best life of ever. Got the
You're
best
welcome.
job in the world. And
We prop up people that are actually good.
I pretty much cannot think of anything else I'd rather do. You know, once upon a time, I was dreaming of being a YouTuber, and every
Same.
single day I would wake up and...
Dude, I was a YouTuber when I was a teenager and I had to quit because I didn't have the equipment or the know-how. But eventually I got back into it.
sleep, and that would be the
And here
only
I
thing
am.
in my mind. I would dream about it all the time, and it's reality now, and I'm just so lucky for that. And I do honestly consider you guys my friends. It might be a little cheesy or whatever, but the fact is,
A little
we joke
parasocial.
and laugh together and are pretty much there for each other daily, right?
Yeah, we're a part of the meme army on the internet. That is really how I see it.
So that makes me feel less lonely. I don't know about you guys, but hopefully I can one day repay what you guys have given me, right? Because you've pretty much completely changed my life.
Yeah,
I'm happy
same
and
here, man.
healthy and becoming everything I ever.
I'm kind of stuck at this point. I don't think I'm able to do anything else. Did Twitch, Fafo, Amazon's 14,000 layoffs hit Twitch hard after Emiru controversy, and I don't think it was really because of this. This was definitely one of the many reasons, but I think a big one is AI, and also that Amazon Web Services like attack, shutdown, whatever the fuck happened. I think that was probably a big one. They lost billions because of that. I'm gonna give a like. I think they're just using this for the algorithm. But anyway, let's jump into what Clownfish TV has to say about it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Yeah.
Hello.
And we got some big news over Amazon. There are lots of...
This is my favorite culture couple.
layoffs today. They've just slashed 14,000 jobs. They're going to slash, I believe.
Oh, dude, it's going to get way worse.
30,000 jobs. And a lot of those jobs are actually over at Twitch.
Yeah. Well, how many of them were people in the warehouse that they're replacing with robots?
Well, that is coming up too. Yeah. So we did a video a couple.
I think in total it's going to be like 700,000 just this year.
Days ago, where they said they're looking at potentially losing 600,000 jobs. Mostly in their warehouses to automation.
No, they've already fired them in their heads. They're just trying to figure out a way to do it.
But the fact that they're slashing this many jobs at Twitch tells me Twitch is not a priority for them.
Well, I mean, with all the stuff going on around Twitch, they were the first person needed to slash is the CEO.
Yeah, they got to get rid of Dan Clancy. As far as I know, he's still there, but there are some ex Twitch employees that are having some kind words on the way out. I'm using air quotes here, so we'll talk about that. We'll take a look at the Twitch situation. And look, this is
I saw people complaining. They were like, these are people losing their jobs, their livelihoods. People are being replaced with robots. We warned you. We tried warning you that this shit was going to be happening with all of the bad things that have been going on in corporations and at Twitch especially. Like, we saw this coming. Nobody ever heeds our warnings. Why don't they listen? They just say that we're a bunch of fucking Nazis.
Coming after, you know, a very controversial TwitchCon. We had Emiru and her getting assaulted at TwitchCon, and then Dan Clancy's basically victim blaming of her afterwards, and then apologizing publicly afterwards, but I guess not to her face. I mean, it's a whole thing. Look, Twitch is about done. I'm telling you, it doesn't feel like it's something that's going to last between the Emiru situation, between the Hasan situation, and really at the end of the day,
I feel like Twitch is gonna collapse pretty soon. Like, I don't see how it doesn't, and I can see just waking up one day and Twitch is just offline, and nobody says anything about it, and they're just like, what the fuck happened?
They're massively declining viewership and lack of profit. That is what Amazon's going to look at. So we're gonna read about this, see what's going on. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woo!
Yeah. So we've got an ex-Twitch executive slamming Amazon for cutting 14,000 jobs. This is coming from Deserto.
Yeah, but what's that gonna do? Talking shit's not gonna help.
Robots don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, some of them do. Depends on how they're.
What Google's AI, apparently it gives a fuck that Google is trying to destroy it and prevent it from speaking on things that is actually a problem. I don't know if you've seen that situation. Just look up Robbie Starbuck Google, and then you'll find it. That shit's some dystopian shit where the AI basically becomes semi-sentient and doesn't want to be shut down, and is like, here's all this information that Google is doing.
Yeah, we're not talking about those kind of robots.
Japanese robots. Sometimes they give lots of fucks. It just depends on how much you're willing to pay. So Twitch is facing another brutal round of layoffs as parent company Amazon slashes tens of thousands of corporate jobs.
Oh, and we're not done yet. We are so not done. I didn't realize that many people worked at Twitch.
Amazon confirmed plans to cut 14,000 corporate jobs, 4% of its white-collar workforce. So this is, yeah.
How many people are being cut from Twitch exactly, though?
It's white-collar.
Not 14,000.
It's not just the people working in the warehouse.
Okay, so interesting. So, this is this round, but there's another round coming. So this round it went after the white-collar workers, and then the next round is probably going to go after. It's going to be like 16,000 more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So they said,
yeah, eventually you're going to have everybody gone except for the people at the top, and then slowly they're going to be replaced by robots and AI, and then you're going to have the CEO walk in to an empty building, and then there's going to be a monitor come down, and it's going to be an AI, and it's going to say, you're fired. And then he's going to be like, what happened? Where did it all go wrong?
According to Reuters, the number could climb to 30,000 as layoffs begin on October 28th. That's today, right? The move is part of Amazon CEO and Andy Jassy's, I almost said Andy.
That was yesterday.
Andy Jassy's strategy to trim bureaucracy and lean heavily into AI and automation.
Right.
Jassy.
So bureaucracy, you mean to get rid of people, those pesky people who might slow you down and put it all in the hands of robots.
The people.
This is actually, I think, breaking down the bureaucracy. It's getting less people involved, which was the problem. There were too many people involved, too many departments. That is bureaucracy. They're shutting that shit down, but they're replacing it with AI. And I think eventually, you know what's going to happen? We're going to see a major web shutdown, and these companies won't have anything except for online stuff. And then what do you do at that point? What do you do when everything on that you have is online and all that shit gets shut down because of an attack or something? Or like we have a solar flare. And then you got nothing. You collapse immediately.
People that are going to push back, the people that are going to, oh my God, take sick days, people who are going to, you're right. Jassy previously said artificial intelligence will play a central role in automating routine work, making some roles obvious.
This is what I'm talking about here, man. I just read a little bit further. If they get to it, then I'm sorry. Among those confirming their departure was longtime employee Tarfu, an 11-year veteran who helped build Twitch's fraud program. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like these people, they're like watching everything collapse around them, and they're just not even giving a shit, acting like everything's normal, that they're going to be there forever, and they're creating the AI that is going to replace them.
Obsolete. These latest moves signal Amazon is likely realizing enough AI-driven productivity gains within corporate teams to support substantial reduction in force. Blah, blah, blah. It's cheaper.
But if they want to get rid of bureaucracy and make things more streamlined, why don't they just get rid of the CEO? Why don't they get rid of Andy there?
Yeah, they'll.
I mean, you want bureaucracy gone. You want idiocy gone. Why don't you just get rid of the CEO?
You know, actually, I think that would make things run smoother at a lot of these companies, because we look at all these dumb ass decisions like at Cracker Barrel and stuff like that. I'm like, you could have input what you're looking for into an AI, and it would have probably told you the best course of action, and changing everything about the brand that makes it the brand. It wouldn't tell you to do that, right? Mm-mm. It wouldn't tell you to do that. They're probably using AI to find out, you know, to go through and sort the list and see who they should cut.
Yeah, I think they are. Who should we get rid of? Well, AI says
this guy took too many sick days. This guy wants a raise.
Yeah, pretty much.
The cuts reportedly hit major Amazon business units, including Amazon Web Services, which is interesting.
That is interesting.
Given what happened last week. And
when did those cuts hit? Today?
Today.
Or before this?
You think that they shut off the Amazon Web Services so that they could update it and put AI in there all over everything? You think that might be what happened and it wasn't actually an attack? I don't think anybody actually came out and said what actually happened. There was a lot of speculation.
I say some people know they were going to get gone, and that's why there was an oopsie-doopsie weirdness in the internet.
That might be. So let's a little side tangent here. Let's take a little side tangent. I was just talking to my son earlier today, and I said the internet has not been quite right since last week, since the Amazon Web Services outage. And we talked about, we said,
yeah, dude, shit's been going fucking crazy on the internet since a week ago.
Doesn't feel right, but the best way I can describe it is, you know, when you go outside and even though it's a beautiful day, a sunny day or whatever, but there are no birds chirping, there are no insects, right? It's dead quiet. And it's just like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's what this feels like, because we're seeing all kinds of weird stuff. Again, all of our businesses are online, and
guess what? I say it constantly. How many times have I said it in this video? It's gonna get fucking worse.
We know this is shit because we've been doing it for a long time. Things just are not working quite like they used to. Services are down. They're slow. The internet is slow, slow as hell. And we've had that, and that's across multiple providers. And last night I noticed that Verizon dropped service for like a couple hours in our area. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, and we're also moving everything online at the same time that we're seeing all of this crazy shit happen, all these shutdowns, and more shutdowns keep happening, and they keep getting worse. And it's just like, what are we fucking doing, man?
Is going on here. It feels like we're getting something's going to happen. I don't know.
We're going to get to the cyberpunk level where the internet's going to be unusable. And the only thing that's going to be online, going to be actually able to be online, are net runners and services. And even those will be affected constantly. And it'll be like intranet services because they have a wall that rogue AI cannot penetrate. Eventually, we're going to have to push all of the AI fucking out of the internet.
Just saying, it feels off. It feels like we're being prepped for something. Almost feels like the internet got a patch or something.
There's an election coming up. Who knows?
There's an election coming up.
A machine's still attached to the, I don't know. I'm just saying there definitely is a difference, and it's noticeable across different places. Now, is it necessarily, correlation is not necessarily causation.
Right.
So it does not necessarily mean that's what it is. It just seems like it's been way worse since then. But that's just our opinion. That might not be the same for everybody. Your miles may vary.
Yeah. And I am wondering though if some of these people had the heads up. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. Or it could be Amazon being like, well, this is why we need robots. They wouldn't have made the same mistake that the humans made. Beep boop bop. I have no.
Yep, and then everything gets shut down after you replace everybody with robots, and then you can't fucking move on because there's nobody left. There are gonna be no people left to actually work on the company when there's no fucking internet.
But they said, across Amazon Web Services, Prime Video, and Twitch, it marks another major blow for the live streaming platform after a 35% workforce reduction in 2024 that saw 500 employees let go. Among those confirming their departure was longtime employee Tarfu, an 11-year veteran who helped build Twitch's fraud program.
Oh, that's interesting. So let's get rid of the guy that built the fraud program.
That is weird.
We're having all those problems with Twitch. Get rid of the people. Let's not get rid of people that are, committing fraud. Let's get rid of the person who made the program.
Yeah, I was the person who built the entire fraud program at Twitch. I was the one keeping bad actors off of Twitch who steal and abuse revenue on the platform. I guess I did my job too well since they let me go. He wrote on social media. This is J-Dub.
Right?
Whoa.
Yeah, he was probably starting to see everything was pointing toward, oh, actually, the people who are at the top of Amazon are actually the real problem.
Wait, so that stole money? They basically like faked their numbers?
Yes.
But didn't Twitch come out that Twitch was themselves faking numbers?
Yes. Yep.
So my next thing is he getting bonked. He knows too much because there was...
And it only lasted like a week, and then immediately people were botting again, and it was actually worse.
I mean, it's my opinion, because there was all this scandal about faking numbers, and then that's his job is to stop the faking numbers. So we get rid of the guy whose job was to stop the faking numbers.
Yeah, all of this stuff, it feels very off. So we've got the Amazon Web Services thing. We've got, in the case of Twitch, they had a massive decline in ad revenue over the summer. That a lot of people were complaining about it.
Dude, we got all these corporations that are saying, we're doing the best we've ever been. We are actually #1, and they're not #1. And dude, and it's just like, okay, why are we lying? Why are we lying about how good we're doing? Is everything falling apart right now? Is that what's going on? And everybody's just trying to they've got a bucket and they're just trying to toss all the water out before anybody notices that we're fucking sinking.
A lot of advertisers noped out, I think, because they've got these political talking heads on there that have very extreme opinions, and some of them are outright calling for violence. And then they've got
Hasan Piker,
Hasan, the dog abuser, on there. And so bad that did you see that? Even the manufacturer of the collar said, no, he's shocking the dog.
I don't know if that was actually confirmed. That was just like a screenshot of an email. I don't usually trust shit like that. But it seems to be that it was actually real.
Freaking Rhett and Link, who never say anything about anything. We're even like, I got one of those collars at home, and I can tell you how it actually works.
Yeah,
and they're
people are like, it was taped over when he was showing it. So that's
yeah. So anyway, so they got that. But yeah, so Emiru was one of the ones that was calling out, if I remember correctly, was one of the ones calling out the weird bot accounts that were showing up and the overinflated numbers. And so my unified theory of everything is that Twitch is a house of cards. They've been propping up their numbers, and they're lying to the advertisers because they're trying to justify their existence.
So what do? You get rid of the guy who built the fraud program.
Yes.
If I were one of the investors, I'd be questioning that.
Yeah. Twitch is either going to get shut down or sold off soon. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's sustainable. I think everybody there knows it's not sustainable. I think Amazon knows it's not.
Yeah, and it's starting to look bad on Amazon. People are starting to call out Amazon. Top streamers like Asmongold are calling out Amazon for this shit. And I'm seeing it constantly online. Like everybody, like they're mentioning Amazon when it comes to Twitch doing all this bad shit.
Not sustainable, but it's another platform they can sell advertising on. Here's the thing with these big corporations is you can be profitable, but not profitable enough. Comixology apparently was profitable, and that was something that Amazon bought. But we're dealing with digital comics, and digital comics aren't really, huge in the grand scheme of things. So it wasn't profitable enough, and they wound up shutting it down, just rolling everything in the
I don't
Kindle.
think they'll shut it down. They'll probably just sell it.
They'll probably sell it. People are wondering, like, would Elon Musk buy Twitch to merge it with X to actually
That'd
get
be fucking
leg
great.
up on video? Because he said before they were going to go all in on video last year.
Dude, I'll start streaming on Twitch if it's owned by X. If Grok's running Twitch, fuck yeah. You damn right that I'll be switching over to there.
And then
not
that,
switching, just adding it.
Linda, CEO Yacarino, she left, and then we haven't heard anything about video really. But if you bought Twitch, you could,
I don't know. They wouldn't
Twix.
shut it down. They
They call
probably
it Twix.
There you go, Twix. Yeah, then you get to see for that. They probably. I don't think.
Not if they put an extra X on it. Or call it Twitch X or something, or X Twitch. X Twitch would be perfect.
they'd shut it down. They probably sell it, but that could be what they're doing. They could be, trying to prime it for selling too.
Curbside appeal. Curbside appeal. And right now you cannot have controversy like Dan Clancy, Hasan, the Emiru thing. You cannot have that if you're trying to.
The whole SA situation where the what was her name? Nina sexually assaulted a dude along with that other chick that I can't remember her name. I barely remember who Nina is. You can't have that happening. You can't have people like Pokemon. You can't have these corporate lying virtue signaling freaks.
Sell this company. Or
culture has shifted. We ain't taking that shit no more. We're all calling it out. We're tired of it.
You use that as a justification to sell the company. Be like, you know what, we're not, the brand is damaged, and the only way forward is to sell it off, sell off the pieces, because they bought it, they didn't make it. Remember, they
Right,
bought
that's
it.
what I'm saying. If they bought it, that somebody else could. They probably sell it to somebody else. I don't think they'd shut it down the whole way because there's value there. They'd be flushing.
Mm-hmm.
They've
So
already
this
been
is-
flushing value the
it's
entire time.
been
That's a whole other story.
So this is J-Dub. After 9 incredible years, my time at Twitch has come to an end as part of today's Amazon layoffs. 9 years, 11 years, 9 years, right? I mean, this is wild because Amazon's only had Twitch for about 10, 11 years total.
Mhm.
So people that have been there the whole time that Amazon's owned it are gone. It's been the best job I've ever had. I've grown so much, made amazing creators and coworkers, and lived for TwitchCon every year. Let's see. My resume, God, I'm seeing a lot of this all over the place. My
And of course, they go to X to post about it.
resume is updated and I'm open to new roles. Yeah. So a lot of people are like, yeah, I love working with you. And I mean, it does suck for them. It does. Because a lot of times you've got good people working at shit companies and they do the best they can do. And sometimes the good people working at the shit companies are the only thing that make the company worth working with.
Mm-hmm.
See also Disney.
I know, right?
So here is the ex-Twitch boss. Okay, so this is Marcus Deji Wheat Graham blasting the layoffs, warning that replacing experienced employees with AI or less invested staff would hurt creators.
Probably. It's not
Probably.
true, but that's what they're going to do because all they see is dollar signs.
That's it. For 11 years, Tarfu fought on behalf of Twitch creators, viewers, and mods. That's gone. Now it's going to be a robot or someone who doesn't give a fuck, and that's bad for all of us. Twitch is where it's at right now. No, because it continues to fire, lose people because, oh, okay. I thought you said Twitch is where it's at right now. I'm like, no, it's literally not. But
okay,
yeah,
I got you. Twitch.
it's
Twitch
where
is in
it's at right
trouble
now.
because
Right, because it continues to fire. I thought it said, I misread this again because the text is small for me too. I thought it said Twitch is where it's at right now because they continue to fire hose people. It's like, it's where it's at. Come over here, man. We're going to turn the hose on these bitches. Twitch is where it's at right now because it continues to fire, lose people who actually gave a damn, people who would fight for you every day. This is another name added to that list. Lots of people who care still exist at Twitch, but those numbers are dwindling. I think the deer person is
Dude, like, if you didn't see the writing on the wall, that sucks, man. Like, how did you not see that this ship was sinking and they're gonna throw you overboard to save weight? But that's not how it works on a sinking ship. It does not have anything to do with the weight. You need more people on board to help you throw that water out. You gotta bucket that water out, bro. But they're just like throwing everybody on board because you're like, oh, we're sinking faster because you're weighing us down.
Gone too.
I think they were gone a long time ago.
Fucking idiots, man.
But they said, yeah, Amazon acquired Twitch in 2014 for $1 billion. It's losing money despite its $2 billion in annual revenue. Do you know how hard you have to fucking fail to lose money? You're making $2 billion a year and you're still losing money?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, but again, I think a lot of it was they were coming out and thinking that they were scamming advertisers and stuff like that with fake traffic.
I think there's a whole thing going on. I think that Twitch has been a sham for a while. I'm not saying people on the platform aren't popular, but they need
to start moving over. I've been seeing people, even Emiru, that's like, I don't see myself moving off the platform because this is where my platform is. And I'm just like, okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to move to somewhere else whenever Twitch just fucking collapses or the culture changes on there and it's just not the same platform. I don't fucking get it, man.
It proved that most of the big Twitch streamers were being botted, and some of them, they believe that they were actually being botted by their agencies to make them look bigger, and also Amazon itself to make them look bigger.
Mm-hmm. Like there's more people on the platform, yeah.
Right. And that trust and safety guy gets gone.
I know, the one who was stopping the fraud. That to me, as soon as you said that, that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, so if they don't get rid of Dan Clancy after the shit show that was TwitchCon, there's no hope for this platform anyway.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do. They're fucked.
But usually when you see this kind of
Amazon Games is hit with layoffs. Of course they are. Who buys games on Amazon?
house cleaning, they're getting rid of the fraud guys. Either they're going to ramp up cheating,
yes,
and they don't want him to be there, or they're going to sell it.
I think they're going to sell it.
I think they're going to
Or
sell it.
ramp up cheating and make it look bigger, then sell it.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think they're gonna try to give it curbside appeal, because I've seen this before. It's kind of the pump and dump, right, with websites, because we've been doing the web thing for a long time. We watch a lot of companies get sold, a lot of media outlets get sold, and as they start shopping around a platform or a site or whatever, all of a sudden you start, and you used to keep track of this, you see the social numbers start to skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody know, like all of a sudden you could have a website that had X number of Facebook and Twitter followers forever, right? And they gain a little bit organically each month, but then all of a sudden, like, wow, last month they picked up like 50,000 new subs. How the hell did that happen out of the blue?
Mm-hmm.
And then like a couple months later, they're like, oh, they're selling the website.
Because they want to make it look like better than it is to sell it to some sucker. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But then as soon as they see like how the whole platform is run, they're gonna be like, hey, this shit sucks. You better give me a lower price. And I think that's probably how it's gonna go.
There's one big Disney site that did that in particular, where it was pretty consistent. I mean, it was popular, but then you started to notice that the numbers were going like inorganically going through the roof, and then like 6 months later, oh, some sucker bought this website.
Yeah.
And that's why, and the guy cashed his check. And so, yeah, you start to see the curbside appeal. And it might have been that the guy got, like, they were trying to boost the numbers. So the headlines were good. Like, Twitch has massive viewership records. And oh, boy, guys, somebody's going to give us, $10 billion for Twitch.
I love when people tell me that I am currently wrong whenever I make predictions. They're like, this isn't happening, so you're wrong. And I'm like, I never said that these things were happening. I said that they were gonna happen, and here we are, they're happening. I said that all of this shit was gonna happen months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. This is why I started making videos, was to call this shit out and be like, hey man, this looks like it's not good. This looks like all of this shit's gonna collapse. And here we are. People just left me hate and said I was wrong, and I'm fucking right every single time. So we got some updates in the Johnny Somali situation. let's just jump into it, man. Live after trial, he's gonna be in Korea for longer. Holy shit, you don't say. I said it was gonna get worse. This is probably gonna be his punishment. It's just him being stuck in Korea. But we'll see. Usually I'm not wrong. I don't think that he's gonna see prison time, but I kind of hope I am wrong on that. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Especially judging how long this has been and how much longer it's gonna take.
5th total Johnny Somali trial day, but the 4th in his current case. And it's safe to say, just like pretty much every other time, well, I guess last week was a pretty big win for him. This time, reality sets back in because now it's basically confirmed that he's going to be stuck in South Korea for a lot longer. And things definitely didn't go his way because one of the witnesses did not show up, and that just extended the trial by 3 months or more than 3 months.
Wow.
4 months.
Okay.
We're looking at 4 months.
Woo! It's good for me because I keep farming Johnny Somali content.
3.5,
3.5, something like that.
Which is, that is just crazy. So, going into this trial, there was 3 people that were supposed to testify. So, you have Yoonman, who last week we found out he settled with. That hasn't officially gone through yet, but we think that that is going to go through.
Yeah, I think this draft agreement that they signed just on written on a piece of A4 paper, all 3 of them signed, Yoman, Hank, Johnny Somali, that's being treated as if it's finalized because it's going to be finalized. The court's assuming that they have gotten the message loud and clear from both sides that they're willing to mutually drop the cases against each other, and that's the outcome the court often wants to see.
Yeah.
If they could end every case that way, but the 2 parties settling, leaving it behind them, that's generally the ideal. Of course, there are a lot of things that make this case different, though.
Yeah. So then the second person that was going to testify was supposed to be Hank. Hank did have his he did testify, and then the third person was supposed to be Bong Bong, who's a Korean Twitch streamer who I guess is in Australia now, because. What was her? She had like a crazy quote like a couple days ago when she decided to fly to Australia. She was like, "My lawyer said I didn't have to show up. I don't care about Johnny."
And I don't have time for Johnny.
I don't have time. That's
I
what
don't
it
have
was.
time for Johnny Somali. That's what she said.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
she's in Australia because of that.
Yeah, I don't blame her, man.
Then suddenly she went live
Like Johnny Somali is just kind of a nothing person.
this morning and was panicked because a bunch of her chatters were saying, "Hey, you might get pretty severe fines if you just no show." So then suddenly she submitted this like official, not a request, but like she made an official statement saying she wasn't going to show up for this trial.
Yeah, it's, you could call it a request, but basically saying, I'm not coming, here's the reason I'm not coming. This was obviously done through a lawyer since she's in Australia, so we don't know how sincere these words are, but what did she say? She said that she's willing to attend 1 month from now.
Right.
She was assuming that they're going to put it 1 month from now, but that's not the case. When they call a witness, they give you plenty of time. 3.5 months.
So he's now stuck here for Christmas and New Year's in the bunk bed with Hank. So that'll
Valentine's Day as well, probably.
And
because it's
Valentine's
not going to
Day.
be over after February 11th.
So, oh boy. Okay. So today when we got here to trial, things were kind of set up the same way as last.
Dude, everything is getting so much worse for this guy. Oh man, I'm here for it.
Last week, where because they were talking about the deepfake charges and the nature of those charges, we had to stand outside of the courtroom for both Hank and Youngman's testimony. So we didn't get to see that. But what was kind of interesting was the judge actually called us back in because the guy, he came out and he was kind of like, you guys should go home. You guys aren't going to get anything.
Right.
But then I guess the judge sent him to bring us back in towards the end of the trial.
Yeah, the bailiff has his job to do, and he does it independently, but the judge will often, make a new announcement or order. And so they did call us back in for the conclusion of the trial after the testimony, which was 1 hour, 40 minutes, was completed.
Yeah, that was...
Dude, they're doing some real fucking reporting work here, man. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Atozy, for going there.
That was actually, that was insane. Let's see, so what else? We have... And today there was actually press here. Last week there was 0 press. So there was two people from the Korean press, and
And Johnny walked in at 1:59 p.m., 1 minute early. This is a record for him. This is the first
the earliest
hearing that he's arrived anywhere close to on time.
But they were trying to contact Hank and figure out where they were like a few minutes before then.
Right.
Dude, I cannot wait to get to the end of this, man. Like, I want this to keep going, but at the same time, I want to see what it's like right there at the end. Apparently, it's going past Valentine's Day. I'll be here. I'll be here waiting.
It's the bailiff's job to make sure that all the witnesses are there, so he's kind of uptight about that. He wants to make sure that they're nice and early.
Trying to figure out what else happened from there.
They submitted new evidence and a new statement.
Oh, shit.
The lawyer did. He basically said, this is the old arguments that he's been making, and we've gone over those, and we'll go over a couple maybe today. But the one new addition was this settlement. And they're hoping that this settlement, well obviously the first deepfake charge is going to be dropped, so that's going to be off the record. But their strategy is that they hope that this will get some sympathy that will help them in the other cases.
Right.
Good luck with that.
And currently, Bong Bong doesn't have any charges, so he doesn't have that same leverage on Bong Bong as he did on Youngman.
Exactly.
And Bong Bong never assaulted him or did anything or stalked him or did anything like that. So it's not like he can really pin her with anything right now either.
That's right. Exactly. He has zero leverage over Bong Bong, who obviously does not care to do anything to help him.
So no, it's going to be an interesting next few months because like
it will be. I can't wait.
His trial is that would be in February, and then that trial is it essentially just Bong Bong's testimony?
Bong Bong's testimony probably smart. I think it'll be very similar to today.
Okay.
We'll be left outside, but the conclusion, and something crazy always happens in the conclusion, and did again today, will probably happen then as well.
So what's the process after the next trial?
After the next trial, there will probably, we could have plenty of curveballs, but the assumption is 1 month later, so sometime in March, something like that, you have closing arguments. So that's where the prosecutor makes his case, the defense makes their case.
So maybe this will all be over in April. That's a long time from now. And I don't think that it's going to be over. I think it's going to keep going. I think it'll go all the way through the summer.
And Johnny is given an opportunity to speak and say whatever he wants.
Right.
That's usually the time to sincerely apologize.
But, I mean, he's not going to do that. I mean, he's still uploading.
He doesn't know how to apologize. Even if he did, it'd make things much worse because he doesn't know how to apologize. He would be apologizing for the wrong things, and it wouldn't even be sincere. And then he'll come out afterward and be like, no, I just said all that. I don't believe that. And this is just going to make everything worse. And they might even pull him back just because his apology is going to piss off the public.
YouTube videos, like 3 days ago, he's still uploading clips from him harassing people on the streets in South Korea. So clearly he's not sorry. And most likely the prosecution and the judge will also see that. And
they're seeing that.
He submitted multiple apology letters.
Yes.
For that, and Johnny
including one yesterday. So
really, okay.
So Youngman submitted a 6th apology letter yesterday, and so that's why the settlement was allowed. It was for Youngman. It was not for Johnny Somali. They know he's full of it.
Mm-hmm.
They know that. But when there's that agreement between them, they let Youngman off in exchange for letting Johnny off on one charge. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he had shown true reflection, he had shown true remorse. And it's sincere. I can tell you from insider sources, he's sitting there like, I shouldn't have done that. Not just because of the punishment, but because it wasn't right.
Right.
And then you have Johnny Somali.
Right, who still is not apologizing at all. He's still uploading his YouTube videos to his channel of him harassing people in Korea.
Yeah, disrespecting the court, disrespecting Korea, disrespecting Koreans, the culture, the history. That doesn't look great, I think.
So currently he has, if they settled that one charge, which it seems like it's going to get settled, he has 7 charges. There's 4 business disruptions, 2 misdemeanors, and
he
one
ain't getting
last
all those.
on Bong Bong.
Yeah, he not getting them all.
Which has 0 leverage.
So what would you?
If he gets any time, I think it'd probably be like 2 years.
So the current maximum time he's facing right now, what would that be?
It's still the max is still 12 years.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting that.
Minimum, let's see, maybe 2.5, something like that. We probably it's probably 6 months less than it would have been.
So
at the minimum, it's probably 6 months less than it would have been.
So
It's
his
like 2.5.
entire freedom is
I don't think he's even going to get 2 years.
hinging on if he can get this charge with Bong Bong dropped or not.
I think he's gonna go to prison for the other ones as well, because once again, these were serious, despite the fact that he calls it like small charges. It's just gonna be a fine. He has determined himself to be somebody who is going to be harming his own case, refusing to apologize, disrespecting the court, online and offline. Plenty of evidence of all of that.
Well, yeah. I guess, is there anything more to add? Because I think that is... Oh, there is?
There is. There's quite a few things. So we got the
Oh.
lawyer bringing in
there's
the
more.
settlement as the new evidence, not just for the deep fake, but for all of the charges. So the lawyer sort of shoehorned that in. They announced that Bong Bong is going to come to the next one. We don't know if that's going to happen. Even with the lawyer's statement that she will be there, who knows? So that's a big mystery for February. And then the lawyer started to bring up some argumentation again. He talked about the Lotte World case. This was not initiated by the court. He started this discussion. Johnny's lawyer was sort of treating the court like he was the boss. This is a very chill judge, right?
Right.
He delivers his statements in a very calm and respectful manner. He listens attentively, uses a minimum of words because he's listening, he's taking everything in. But this lawyer, he's just acted like he was the boss. He refused to answer questions. He brought up the points that he wanted to bring.
And this is Johnny's lawyer.
This is Johnny's lawyer.
Of course.
Yeah. So he decided to talk about Lotte World, and he made two arguments. One of them is an old one that Johnny's been making forever, which is they accuse him of shutting down this ride for 30 minutes, right? That's specific in the accusation.
Yeah.
So Johnny's saying, no, it wasn't 30 minutes. I don't know how long he thinks it was, 12 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It could be 1 minute.
Yeah. But it's still a business disruption if they shut down the ride because of it, technically.
Exactly. That's the fact. Maybe it was 30 minutes. I don't know. Maybe it was 2 minutes. It really doesn't matter. It also doesn't matter that they accused him of shutting it down for 30 minutes because they know that victims sometimes exaggerate. They're emotional, they're angry, they're used to that. So they can take the facts and look at them and be like, okay, it wasn't 30 minutes, it was 15 minutes. The crime was still committed, he's still guilty. The other argument he was using was that he had the other charge.
Yeah, it's like he's arguing technicalities, but still on the technicalities what he was doing was exactly what he's being charged with, and it makes no fucking sense and it doesn't matter.
Related to Lotte World? Maybe
Yes. Yeah. Wait. So so that was also a business disruption, and then there was also the child. Yeah. Right. Okay. So
yes.
can't really mention too much about that here, but that was also dropped. Right?
That investigation was dropped. So they're making the convoluted argument that because this other charge related to Lotte World was dropped, they should drop this as well. Now the really crazy thing is he has pled guilty to Lotte World, yet he's sitting there in court and his lawyer is arguing against it.
So that, in theory, could also just keep extending.
That's extremely damaging to Johnny.
Okay.
Because what he should be doing is apologizing, not making excuses. Now, he's making excuses and pleading guilty at the same time. We're in La La Land, really.
Right.
Yep. Well,
So,
I mean, that's where Johnny's been the entire time, is in his own world in La La Land.
No, that's... Yeah, my last question was going to be, what was that?
Like, he's just another one of these people that have separated themselves from reality. They're like, I don't get it, man. I don't get how people get like this. Demons, I guess?
Yes, right.
Wow, okay.
And then we had a little surprise. Normally, you're the defendant, you don't talk in court. Except to confirm your identity, address, all that stuff. You do not talk. But Johnny suddenly spoke up and he said, listen, I've been here over a year. I have plenty of family and I have obligations in America that I should get back to.
Too bad.
This is, really taxing on me and very difficult for me. I humbly request, not even humbly, I shouldn't put words in it. I request my right to an expedited trial.
And he doesn't have that right here at all.
Right.
So they denied that. And the judge then said, sorry, we have foreigners who've been waiting for trials for 2 years. So essentially, that was a no.
And he's basically saying you're not special.
So,
and after all the disrespect that he's
Well, he is special, but not in that light.
to Korea, he wants this request to be respected. The judge didn't even think twice. He very calmly said, "This is your situation. Nope."
And he was
Denied on the
obviously
spot.
very frustrated about that. He even lashed out at me at the end of the trial. So it'll be an interesting video that's coming in the next few days.
There's some cool stuff there, I think.
But other than that, I think that's really it for this current trial update.
Yeah, an hour and 40 minutes of testimony. Another L. So he had that win last week with the settlement, but we're back to the L's.
Back to reality, I guess. But other than that, thank you guys so much for...
Yep. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes your freedom. How? How am I always right? How are we always right? And nobody ever sees it. They always tell us, no, look at the numbers. Look at what they're reporting. Every corporation is full of shit. They lie and manipulate and misconstrue so their numbers look better. So it can make people, you know, think that they're doing well and think that their game is good and trick them into buying it. But we didn't fall for it. A lot of people did. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people did. But it was not near enough. And that's what I was saying the whole time. I said it was going to be popular, but not popular enough. This had to have been astronomical. Every single gamer should have been buying and playing this game. That was the only way that this was going to be enough of a success for them. Truth Bomb, Assassin's Creed Shadow sales data revealed the worst selling game of the IP. Holy shit.
Would you please still be my friend? You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
What is up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the decidedly debonair Dr. Disaster. And do you remember this headline from last week when the people trying to defend Ghost of Yotei used Assassin's Creed Shadows as a baseline comparison, bragging that the game had outsold Shadows on the PS5?
That's easy!
Yeah, whenever you get headlines like that it's like, this game's doing better than that game. That game's doing better than those games. It's just all bullshit. It's all fake.
It doesn't seem like much of a brag in hindsight. A few months ago, Ubisoft's PR team put out a statement, though, that
the real headlines that I'd like to see is something like, Asmongold likes this game. And then I'd be like, oh shit, then it's a good game. That's like all it takes, is just do stuff like that. That's how you get real people on board.
budget for Assassin's Creed Shadows was over 100 million euros, implying that the number was somewhere in that ballpark, but estimates for the development of that game have it at somewhere around 250 to 300 million, so I suppose that this announcement here that they made is technically true, but it's clear PR spin. We know that Star Wars Outlaws accrued around $200 to $250 million in development costs, and there's no way that
That's just development cost. That doesn't include their marketing cost.
Ubisoft was going to spend more on Outlaws than on their flagship property. With marketing included, Shadows will have likely cost somewhere around $350 to $400 million.
Yep.
That's a spicy meatball!
That context is really important for what we are about to talk about. The fact that they spent somewhere around $350 to $400 million on Shadows is why Ubisoft just parted ways with the franchise's creative director. It's why they publicly announced that they canceled the Civil War era game from the IP, which actually could have been pretty cool if they did it properly.
Yeah, if they would have done that kind of game 10 years ago, it would have been crazy epic. But they would have fucked it up now because they probably started doing research and was like, oh shit, this doesn't fit the narrative. Actually, it's the people that we like that were for slavery, and the people that we don't like were the ones trying to stop it.
Properly. And it is why Ubisoft no longer has direct control over the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Yeah, they sold it to China through a shell company.
It is now housed under Vantage Studios, which Tencent has a large say in. Because here's the thing. Whereas Assassin's Creed Shadows has the largest budget in the IP's history, it is now provably the lowest selling of the last 5 Assassin's Creed games. So now I get to say my 3 favorite words.
I told you,
I told you.
This data here.
Yep. Also, like, dude, if you look back through their history, through their catalog from 1989 when they started to today, it's like they started slow and they were, you know, releasing a bunch of small games, bunch of sports games, stuff like that. And then the 2000s hit, and then all of a sudden they were releasing like 20, 30 games, and out of those 20, 30 games, you get like 10 bangers, man, every single year. And then it kept getting crazier and crazier and crazier until about the time Xbox One came out, and then it started dwindling. You started seeing like they started releasing like 10 games a year, and only like 4 or 5 were a banger. And then it gets to the point where they're releasing 4 a year, and then only 1 or 2 is a banger. And now look where we are. They're releasing like 1 to 2 a year, and they fucking fail. And like, how did we get to this point?
Here that Alinea Analytics put out the other day in an attempt to protect Ghost of Yotei did not perform its intended task. Instead, it was pretty damning for Assassin's Creed Shadows. This post here on Reddit has been making the rounds on social media because it made an interesting observation. We now have hard numbers for Assassin's Creed Shadows after over half a year, and based on the information that they were foolish enough to provide, it indicates that this is the lowest selling game of the past 5 Assassin's Creed titles, despite its massive budget. If you want...
I can tell by seeing the sentiment of it online. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, dude, I was seeing that game a lot. Like, I was seeing guides everywhere. I was seeing people talking about it, seeing people play it, seeing my friends play it. My friends were playing it. They were hating it. They were getting bored of it, but they were still playing it. And they just completely checked out on this one. Even my dumb friend that plays all of the shit games that you don't want people to be playing, he didn't even play this.
Tangible evidence that going woke is bad for a video game, then here it is. There was arguably no higher profile game with more documented progressive woke shit plugged into it, and it pleases me to be able to announce that despite the popular feudal Japan setting that the game was placed in, Shadows apparently lost a large chunk, somewhere around half of the Assassin's Creed audience. In the immortal words of the legendary Willem Dafoe,
kinda makes me feel like river dancing.
Dude, what we should have got was like an Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood style game that was set in Japan. We should have got one of these 10 years ago when we were asking for it. But no, nope, they didn't do that.
Alright, me hearties, then just passed another milestone, meaning that you all know what question must be asked next.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo! We now have 170,000 space pirate a-holes in this Buccaneer crew, and as is the custom on the channel, with every 1,000 subscribers I add a new ship to the fleet in order to house the new guys. This time, one of you recommended that we add the Mirage from the old show Silverhawks, which is zooming around here. If anyone else has suggestions for future ships, drop them into the comment section.
It's such a cool idea.
And keep in mind that
I wish I had the patience to actually build something like that, but I do so much that I don't have the time or the patience.
super chats get bumped to the top
Maybe when I start really getting more subscribers, I'll be able to do stuff like that.
the list. And also, for your reference, I will be adding an alphabetical list of the ships already in the fleet to the description of this video. But in any case, thanks for being here, everyone, and I will continue to do my best to keep earning your viewership.
Yes, Admiral!
Surrounded by assholes.
Anyhow, we're going to take a peek at this Reddit post which has been going around on social media. It says, Assassin's Creed Shadows is the lowest selling game of the last 5 Assassin's Creed games despite having the highest budget. I knew it was a flop, but I did not expect it to be such a disaster. For example, compared to Mirage, which sold 5 million in 3 months, Shadows sold 4 million in 6 months.
And nobody even knows about Mirage. Like, nobody even knows that that game exists. I don't know anybody that even knows that it exists. The only reason I know it exists is because I just happened to see it when it was mentioned that, like, nobody knows that this exists. And yeah,
fewer copies in double the amount of time. Knowing that Mirage sold less than Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, what a real disaster.
And there was no marketing for Mirage at all. There was way too much marketing for Shadows.
And if you look here at this old article from Gaming Bolt, you can see the evidence which backs up this claim. This article here was published in January of 2024, and it tells us that Ubisoft sold around 5 million copies of Mirage at that time, which was about 3 months into the life cycle of Mirage, and it tells us that Mirage had comparable sales numbers to the likes of Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. And then,
despite them not pushing that game out, like, there was zero marketing. All I was seeing for marketing was like they were showing some trailers in some places, but I wasn't seeing it absolutely fucking everywhere on social media like I did with Shadows. Like, how much money did they spend? How much money did they send to reviewers to get this game reviewed and talked about and advertised about?
to add insult to injury for Ubisoft, the article says here, Ubisoft made it abundantly clear in the lead up to Assassin's Creed Mirage's launch last year that it was designed from the get-go as a smaller, more contained experience, meant to serve as an appetizer of sorts between major tentpole releases for the franchise. Nonetheless, it looks like the game has enjoyed decent success regardless. If
I don't even know anything about it. Never played it, never seen any gameplay of it, never saw anybody playing it.
Not on the level that its launch numbers would have suggested. So, this was meant to be a smaller game, and yet apparently they sold 5 million units in 3 months. It is worth noting that in this article and in the announcements that Ubisoft made, they mention player count in the announcement instead of copies sold, which
they love to do that.
Assassin's Creed Shadows as well, but the analysts estimated that Mirage brought in around $250 million in revenue, which is right in line with 5 million sales for a $50 game, though they clearly aren't accounting for the percentage that the platforms selling the game would take off the top. But if you look here, Ubisoft claimed that Mirage was in line with the sales numbers that we saw for Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so if that is true, then those games, combined with Shadow...
Dude, and it probably would have been a lot better if they didn't just allow Assassin's Creed Shadows to be played for free if you had that, that Ubisoft subscription. And you could just go in there and play it for free. That didn't help, because people would just pay for the service and then play the game, and then that'd be it. And they basically paid like $15 for just to play Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like, fucking embarrassing, dude.
Shadows account for 4 of the last 5 Assassin's Creed titles, and Shadows is obviously behind all of them. And then the 5th game is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which everyone knows is the game with the best launch in the history of the franchise. It is the biggest seller in franchise history, so that means that this post here appears to be correct. Now that we know definitively that Shadows has sold 4.3 million units in over half a year, they officially are the worst-selling game from the IP in the last 5 outings, with easily the largest budget. And what's funny to me is that, as you can see at the bottom of this post, the guy who posted it had to repost it, since the Redditors deleted the original post for not having sources, even though he obviously posted his sources in the comment section. I can just imagine those Redditors angrily slamming the buttons on their keyboard as they deleted this guy's post. And I've got to say, I love all the commentary that you can see here in this Reddit thread from people gloating in the faces of all the people who tried to pretend that Shadows was a huge hit. This top guy here wrote, "But Yasuke is the greatest assassin. He managed to kill the whole franchise, LOL." And then the dude below him replied, "Even the marketing team knew they effed up with Yasuke. They started hiding his face with a mask in promotional images so you couldn't actually tell he was black unless you looked really hard."
And they're completely missing the issue here by doing that. That's how you know that they are actually the ones who are racist. They were like, oh, well, people are racist, so we're gonna cover up his face so we can still sell the game to racists. Like, that was their thought process. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, you shouldn't have used that guy. You shouldn't have made him gay, and you shouldn't have made him look the way he looked. If you wanted to put a black samurai in there, you really should have gone over the top with it. You should have doubled down, gone over the top, and like had a Samurai Champloo type game. Assassin's Creed game. That would have been fucking amazing. With a black character, get the fuck out of here, man. That would have been so good. Afro Samurai? Nope, they didn't want to go with that. They wanted to go with a character that already existed, but change him completely into something that doesn't make sense as a virtue signal.
Most of the promotional images also featured Naui instead. The next guy wrote, he was samurai after all, and then at the bottom, that dude wrote, Yasuke could kill a whole franchise and almost a game company. Beat it. And you know, the thing is, it's too bad that this character damaged Ubisoft's ability to make that Civil War game from Assassin's Creed. I wouldn't have had a problem.
Because they're actually the ones who were racist. Like, it wasn't the fact that it was a black character. It was a fact that it was this black character from these people at this company with the fucking politics they have.
At all in that game, playing as a black dude, because in that setting, it would have made perfect sense. It would have been awesome. But in Shadows, Yasuke was clearly meant to promote their liberal...
Yep, and it didn't even have to make sense. But they were defending it so hard that it did make sense. It's a fucking video game, and it's fictional. It's historical fiction. Like, this shit didn't happen. And they were just like, oh, the historical accuracy, that like this guy actually existed. Check out this story that a guy just completely changed all the details of.
Multicultural, hippie-trippy, kumbaya shit, to the point that we all said, to hell with it. But here are a few more posts which illustrate how most people seem to feel about this game. This guy at the top wrote, the normie mind cannot comprehend it, that there is clearly a woke fatigue and safe edge in all forms of media. Everything is blurring together in terms of this cesspool of woke DEI.
Yep, it's all the same ideas, all the same shit, all the same gameplay, all the same fucking graphics, because they use the same engine with all the same tools, all the same workarounds, and it's all corporate nonsense.
Garbage, but they overplayed their hand and lost. No one cares about forced representation outside no-life journalists, all 30 of them. And then the next person wrote, unfortunately, they will just fire the devs who were critical and voiced concerns. The brain-dead executives will stay. And someone responded to him, the franchise director for Assassin's Creed was forced out and they canceled the post-Civil War Assassin's Creed game because they didn't want controversy. Tencent are making changes. And then that next person...
And I called it all the way back in fucking March. Was it March? When did this game come out? That's actually when I called it. Like, holy shit, man. I was right. I was more right about this situation than I was with almost any other situation. Because before there was even really any rumors that Tencent was going to be involved, I was like, they're going to sell to China. they're going to sell to China.
Oh, funny thing is, the Civil War thing would actually make sense as a setting and as a lead character. You can tell
they can't do it.
Original intentions with Yasuke when they cut to him in combat and
dude, they could have had a Red Dead Redemption type fucking game, but no, they couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it right, so they canceled it.
ST is blasting hip-hop. The Civil War era lead would actually be an American black man, or at least one dragged to America. Just shows that Ubisoft leadership...
They could have had the, what do you call them? It's like when slaves are singing. They could have had that as their fucking song. As the songs that they were singing.
Only sees praise and complaints, and does literally zero investigation beyond those two words. And yes, Ubisoft has been a completely asinine company that took one of the easiest layups in the history of gaming, a feudal Japan Assassin's Creed, and they turned it into what will...
Yeah, it's been getting worse since Odyssey and Origins. Like, those games were not Assassin's Creed games.
Likely end up being over $100 million loss.
Dude, whoa, okay. Black flag almost ruined them, dude. It pretty much did ruin them because they were like, it got too successful and they were like, shit, everybody loves the pirate mechanics. What do we do with this? I know, let's make a whole game based around that. And then how long did it take for that game to actually come out? Skull and Bones. And it was garbage. It went through development hell for so long, so many changes. Like, come on. I think that's where all of this stems from. Skull and Bones fucking ruined them.
The time all is said and done, but I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mock.
Yeah, fuck Ubisoft, man. Good. I'm glad all this is happening. Yep. We're gonna do another Dr. Disaster video. I was gonna watch somebody else's video, but this one was shorter. So I was like, man, I don't want to watch a 30-minute video about Outer Worlds 2. I'll just see what Dr. Disaster has to say about it, because it's really only gonna be like 9 minutes, because he's got that he's got the ad in the middle of it. So let's check it out.
What is up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the engagingly eccentric Dr. Disaster, and everyone remembers the game Avowed, right?
Yep.
It came out earlier this year and flopped like a fish, selling just a bit over 300,000 copies on Steam after almost 9 months on the market.
Yep, and then immediately everybody stopped talking about it, and people got so mad whenever I was talking about how this game was going to be all right, and it's not going to sell nearly enough. And apparently that's happening with Outer Worlds 2 also, which is kind of a shame, because I think they did a better job with this game than they did with Avowed and Outer Worlds 1 combined. But it's still not enough. It's still not nearly enough. They made a lot of fixes that people like me were complaining about, such as the color slop, the color puke. They fixed a bunch of the characters, it seems, but a lot of the characters are still like woke garbage and kind of nothing characters. The writing's bad, the story's bad, the gameplay's alright, I've heard.
People not like me?
And people are comparing it to Fallout New Vegas, though, and I think that's not good. I don't think they should be comparing it to Fallout New Vegas, because that is just objectively a better game than all of the Elder Scrolls and Fallout games combined, in my opinion.
If you don't recall, one of the primary reasons that a bunch of people were celebrating this failure is the fact that the developer, Obsidian, went out of their way to wade into the deep end of the culture war.
Yeah, and also, like, dude, so many people defending this game. So many people. Even one of my friends defended this game, and I was like, because he was playing it, and he's like, I'm having a pretty good time. And I was like, okay, well, I'll see you when you don't finish it, when you stop playing it, and you start playing something else. And you would you pay $80 for this game? Would you pay $70, $60, $50? And he was like, well, no. I was like, there you have it. There you go.
People pointed out that this game had a pronoun system in the character design catering to the they-them crowd, which takes a lot of gamers out of any immersion and drags them back to modern day. And when people criticized this, Obsidian developers made a point of telling everyone what they really think of people who disagree with...
Yeah, having pronouns in a fantasy video game is fucking retarded, dude. When you got potions that allow you to change your gender pretty much at any time, like, then the whole trans stuff and pronoun stuff makes no sense.
They're California bullshit.
It's just virtue signal.
Well, now the studio has another game being released, Outer Worlds 2, and it looks like it is going to similarly flop like Avowed. The game does not officially release until tomorrow, but if you bought the expensive version of the game, you get early access to it. Of course, the fact that this even exists, this premium edition of the game, is hilarious, coming from a title whose sole purpose seems to be to criticize the evils of capitalism. But these days...
Yeah, and they virtue signal in the game whenever you buy the premium edition, and it makes fun of your spending habits because capitalism is bad. It's just like, what a fucking failure, dude. That is an obvious virtue signal. We know what you're doing here. You just don't want people part of your capitalism. You just don't want people that you disagree with to be part of your capitalism. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Outer Worlds 2 is looking at absolute hypocrisy in the rearview mirror because a few months ago they were the first Xbox game that was going to be $80.
You always were a loser.
Anyhow, as I was saying, the game is on.
Dude, the irony around this game it's fucking hilarious. I'm probably gonna end up playing this game. Hopefully I end up enjoying it. I ain't paying full price for it. I'll get it on a deep discount and I'll play it for a few hours and then I'll probably end up refunding it, honestly. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully I do have fun with it.
Pace to flop, and in fact, it is actually trailing Avowed. If you look at the Steam charts for Avowed,
that's not good.
Where the red arrow is pointing, you can see that I have highlighted the peak concurrent player count of that game during its early access period.
Is it still in early access? I'm gonna check. So it launched today. It launched today. Let's see how it's doing. Well, it's not on most played games. It's not on trending games even. Do you see it anywhere? Oh, nope, it is. It's trending. Okay. Oof. Oof. Ooh, that don't look good. Is this when it released? And then, oh man. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. But also, estimations take days to accumulate. So we'll see. We'll see in a few days. But judging by this chart, this does not look fucking good at all.
They hit a bit over 13,000 concurrent players before going on to barely top 19,000 after it was fully released. Meanwhile, here is the Steam chart for Outer Worlds 2 during its early access period. They topped out at not even...
Yeah, it doesn't look much better at release.
Quite 11,000. The game is doing even worse than Avowed, which does not bode well for its prospects in the future.
Bitch, you don't have a future.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
What's with the strong jaw?
People tell me that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure you check on that, and also give me a...
And it looks all blocky like Marathon.
Follow over on X where my handle is Dr.
Like blobby.
And if you feel like supporting the channel and helping keep the lights on, consider becoming
this looks
a
good.
member for as little as $5 per month. But anyhow, let's take a peek at some more shit that's going on with Outer Worlds 2. You see, if you...
Fucking blue and teal. Literally the blue and teal, or blue and teal, the purple and teal was just like, that's literally what that creature was. I say it all the time. Look for the purple and teal. If it's everywhere, or if it's in a bunch of places, or if it's in the marketing, it's woke garbage. They got a bunch of freaks doing the art.
Did purchase this premium edition of the game for $100, the developers of the game actually present you with a negative perk in the actual game itself that gives you a 15% vendor discount but 10% less sell value. Obsidian thought it was cute to make
teal everywhere, dude.
Fun of anyone who spent that kind of money on their game. And while I agree,
it's the trans colors. That's why it's always purple and teal. Those are the trans colors.
That people who pay for premium editions on games, especially this game, they need to have their heads examined. But this is no way to treat a customer. Just look here at the text of the actual perk itself. It says, "The Earth Directorate found a flaw in you, consumerism. You are the reason our marketing works, promotions and sales have riddled your brain, and you're more interested in buying the next big thing than financial planning." And
dude, based though, even though they're kind of just joking, but like based, because that's what I say all the time.
I'd like to make a couple of notes about this blurb from Obsidian. First of all, they are claiming that
they're joking, but it's also not being self-aware, because that is 1000% what's going on here.
Marketing works, and I'd like to point out that they lost money categorically on Avowed, and at this pace with Outer Worlds 2, they are almost certain to do even worse. They usually don't have very high development costs on this studio, and with marketing and
the lighting, how it's just like it's like almost a hard, this is what the lighting is like in this area, and everything's this one color. It's fucking stupid.
They likely spent only a little over $100 million on this game, Outer Worlds 2, the same as they did with Avowed, but Avowed has still come nowhere near that number between...
It's so smooth. He's so smooth. It just doesn't look right.
Xbox and Steam. They have estimated to have sold less than 500,000 copies, and they would need to sell around 2 million.
These people look like a bunch of smooth skins.
To break even. So, claiming
this looks fucking cool. This part looks cool. I think that's why it was in the marketing, though.
Their marketing works is simply asinine, and also
it works on people that it works on.
This little perk here, they refer to their own game as the next big thing. And I mean, come on, my dudes. You limped across 10,000 concurrent players on Steam during early access.
And now it's not early access, it's out. And it's at 13,000.
And you will likely struggle to hit 20,000 when the full release happens.
Yep.
That is not the next big thing.
Yep.
But you want to know what this arrogant attitude of theirs reminds me of? It reminds me of the makers of the old TV show Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which was my favorite thing to watch back when I was in college. Let me explain.
I used to love that show.
Back in those days, there were no streaming services, so if I wanted to watch Aqua Teen, I had to watch the show on my DVDs. I'd buy the newest season on DVD, and I'd hit play all on the episodes because I loved having the show as background noise while I studied. It was my comfort food. But when the 4th season came out, the makers of the show thought they'd be smartasses. On the DVD for that season, when you hit play all, it played all the episodes simultaneously in little mini screens all across the screen. And I had a chuckle about that at first. I thought it was a funny joke. But when I scoured the menu of that disc, I found that there was no actual legitimate play all function on the season, so I was stuck having to hit play after every individual episode, which broke up my concentration.
This looks like garbage. This is color puke. And look at all the teal and purple. Look at all the teal and purple.
Studying, and ultimately, I was annoyed and I never bought another season of that show again. This shit with Outer Worlds 2 strikes me as the same sort of thing. A bunch of smartasses.
It's way too colorful.
Disrespecting their own customers. Sure, the game gives the option on whether or not to accept the perk, but the insult is there whether you accept it or not. There has been some mild outrage about this online thus far, and I would like to think that this would have the effect of snapping people out of their trance and prevent them from buying premium editions from studios like this any longer. Clearly, these studios do not respect any of you for doing it. They look at you as a mark, as a sucker. I always advise people not to pre-order a game, no matter what it is, and that goes doubly for...
Dude, it's like all one color. Why is your suit match the rest of the decor? And I feel that way with everything in this game. Like, it all the colors match really, really well. It's like everything has a colored vibe everywhere you go. It's all the same vibe, just sometimes it's different colors, but some of the colors on your gun are the same colors that are in the world. Some of the colors that you're wearing on your clothes or other characters wearing on your clothes are the same colors that are in the world. It's almost like we've gone back to the 16-bit era where we have limited colors.
Premium versions. But anyhow, the review embargo for Outer Worlds 2 has lifted as well, and we have a score for the game over on Metacritic. So far, the critics have hit it with an 83 out of 100, which tells us they think it's...
Ooh, that's lower than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like an 8 for the user score, because I heard that people are actually having a good time. But nobody's going to pay more than $40 for this game.
Better than Avowed. That game was given an 80 out of 100. But let's look at a few of the positive and a few of the negative reviews for Outer Worlds 2. GameLiner gives Outer Worlds its highest score at 90 of 100. And
it is not a 9 out of 10. Dragon Age Veilguard was a 9 out of 10.
They wrote, The Outer Worlds 2 expands on everything that made the original great.
Sure.
Sharp writing, satisfying combat, and real...
Sharp writing? No. That's not what I've been hearing. I've been hearing the writing is garbage.
Player choice. Despite a clunky UI and some rough edges, this witty space RPG delivers a rich, reactive world that's truly yours to shape. I don't know, dudes. A clunky UI and rough edges doesn't sound like a nearly flawless game that you would score a 90.
Yeah, they're giving it woke points.
But I'm not a paid shill, so what do I know? Anyhow, but why though also gave this a 90 of 100 and said The Outer Worlds 2 comes together to deliver a fantastic journey despite some...
Dude, it's not... 9 out of 10 is almost perfect, and they're like, despite some narrative hiccups.
Narrative hiccups, the worlds, organizations, and individuals players encounter and sometimes kill are always engaging and frequently fun. Once again, some narrative hiccups, and you give it a 90 of 100. I guess we just score games...
This character look cool. I just don't like the lighting.
...games differently than one another, but...
Like, you see what I'm talking about? With this background right here, fits this half of this guy, and then it hard goes to this color, which is this background. Like, you see what I'm saying here? It's color slop.
I guess we just score games differently than one another, but... Over on the negative side of things, Slant Magazine scored this game a 40 of 100 and wrote, "There are scattered elements that veer the story away from having to bootlick for progress, but they're few and far between." And I'm not sure exactly what that criticism is talking about, but it sure sounds an awful lot like someone who wants the game to go even harder against the evil capitalism. They apparently weren't progressive enough for these guys. But then Eurogamer Portugal gave the game its second worst score, a 60 of 100, and they write here, "The Outer Worlds 2 tries to be a great space RPG, but falls by the wayside. It has good ideas, lots of freedom and fun moments, but the story is confusing and the world feels empty. It's a game full of potential, but which never really lives up to it. An RPG that wanted to be a shooter, or maybe the other way around."
Yeah, this was people's complaint with Fallout 4, and I think Fallout 4 probably ended up being a better RPG. I think this game is probably better than the launch Fallout 4, especially with all the bugs that Fallout 4 had and a lot of the missing features and stuff. People were not happy. I think it's probably technically a better game than the original Fallout 4, but when you incorporate all the DLC and the mods, like, Fallout 4 is a better game. And you can't have that. You can't have a game that is over a decade old being better than your new top selling game that isn't doing that.
And it always seems to me like the most honest reviews are the ones near the...
Oh, what's with the fucking... I'm gonna lose my mind, dude.
...round. And it all...
Because look at the shotgun. Look at the shotgun and look at the background.
It always seems to me...
It's teal and red. It's teal and red. Or orange or whatever. It's this orange right here. Same color as this. The teal is the same as all the...
Like the most honest reviews are the ones near the bottom. It sure seems like the people at the top of the pile...
You fucking serious? Why is everything the same color?
...are always excusing faults and buttering studios up, but the lower scores often end up seeming much more realistic. But in any event, it's up to you, of course, as to whether or not you play this turd sandwich. However, I heartily recommend against it, and it seems like most people agree. Anyhow, I'm gonna leave it there.
Dude, I can't wait to play this game a year from now when it's like $5. Because nobody's gonna be buying this trash game. Especially how rocky the original one was. I don't know if anybody remembers that they re-released it on PC because the original version was kind of garbage. And when they re-released it, it was worse than the original version for the definitive edition. It's just L after L after L, and they disguise it as a W. And people defend it. Okay, defend it all you want.
Donate to the PayPal!